Welcome back to poLANd.tf, and yep, we've made it. We've made it to the grand finals, and I was desperately trying to find some people for the couch, but fortunately the Rocksteady admin team are here, and they've got a lot to say, and I'm really grateful, guys. I just have one thing that you need to do, okay? You hold that pizza, because I'm going to eat that, and we'll go talk to Papi.
I'm here with Papi, the pocket soldier for Witness Gaming. Yeah, mate, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad, mate, not too bad. So, we have to start with the obvious. We had the group stages yesterday.
Yep.
You had what some might call an unexpected loss.
Yeah.
A little bit of a 1-0 to Mac. Do you want to sort of take us through what happened there, mate?
Do you want a serious answer or a troll answer?
Give me the serious answer.
The serious answer is we couldn't break Snake last, and then there's like 5 minutes left, and because we think we're better, we try and push mid for no reason. Bit of like ego push, full ego mode. Try push mid, lose white, lose around, lose again. And then the troll answer is just they're better than us. They're just too good. Furky too strong.
But do you think in a classic sort of best of 3 situation, you beat them 100 times out of 100?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so, yeah.
And obviously the other notable match of yesterday was against the Frenchies. It was a bit of a sort of 2-2 stalemate for a while, but then we sort of clinched out with the 4-2.
Yeah.
The thing in the room, the elephant in the room is obviously that
No Bruges.
No Bruges.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to be a little bit more powerful today? How do you think that's going to change things? Bruges coming in, obviously not playing for a few days. How do you think a game against them would go now?
They play pretty much the same, to be honest. I mean, Bruges is obviously like a better player than Saki, but they still did the same things and their plays worked. So, yeah, probably closer with Bruges.
Yeah?
Closer game.
I mean, Bruges is the main caller, obviously, and then having to swap it on sort of, I think it was a Nevo-Mula kind of combo.
I mean, I'm sure Nevo can make good it. He plays combo scout and he's played for like 10 years.
Okay, alright. We'll have a little, I mean, I'm not sure how much you paid attention to the rest of the other side of the group, you know.
Yeah, not much.
Have you been looking at the sort of the MANDEM boys? They're looking pretty scary this land.
Nah, not really looking.
Not at all. All I know is they're the top seed coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, they didn't lose a map right.
Yeah, do you face them? Are they on your side of the bracket? Do you know?
No, because one seeds are on other sides.
Of course, yes, that was played for fence.
We won't play them until, if we both win everything, we don't play them until upper bracket final.
Okay, so they're a ways off. They're a ways off.
Yeah.
Is that something you're sort of thinking about now, obviously, as one of the favourites of the tournament?
I mean, after losing to Yak, I think we should probably just take, Mac, we should take it one game at a time.
Okay.
We play Samakot first. And they're not bad, Condawg.
Samakot,
as you know yourself, I believe you might have played a little week 7 official against Samakot. I think you might have been jonked.
Right.
I think Jonkler might have got you there.
No joke, I was stood by him yesterday. He's doing bits.
He's
really
good, isn't he?
Have you seen the ALX clip as well?
No, I've not seen anything.
He's trying to jump through Gully Wash choke. It's like 1 sticky gets shot, 2 sticky gets shot. Yeah. Then he goes for a nice little pogo, flies into enemy choke, kills 4 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the best clip allowed so far.
Yeah.
And going off of that,
yeah.
We like to ask a few sort of quirky questions on this couch.
Yeah.
What's your favourite frag movie?
Oh, that's actually a good question.
What do you mean, the other 3 weren't good?
No, this is like actually good. This is like S-tier question.
Okay,
okay. I really like what's that AMS one I always watch?
What, before bedtime?
Always what does AMS has got a couple classics. Literally Only Snake by AMS, that's classic.
That's nice.
Razor Cups and Scrims.
Okay.
And then he's got another one that I always watch, but I can't remember what it is. But it's got some like Lil Peep remix, Mariah Carey. It's really good.
So you're saying you're a bit of an AMS fanboy? Is that one here?
I like those ones. And then other than that, Seal's 2023 or 2024 video is like insanely good.
Any historical ones from back in the day, perhaps?
Yeah, Yellen Honey. The Yellen Honey video.
That is a classic.
That's a classic.
That is a classic.
What was his? Big Crit Volume 2 or whatever?
Big Crit Volume 2 goes hard.
Yeah,
it goes very hard.
I mean, what else are like classic frag videos? And people probably say like Shadowgun, but I never really watched. Oh, I used to watch. Okay, so when I was like up and coming, I would watch certain frag videos over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I used to watch the tech one, like with the tech ones.
Yeah.
And I would watch Blaze Legacy on the Beta channel. I don't know why. I know the music on it. The music's not good, but I really know the music. And there was another one, but I can't think of. There's a couple channels I like flick with. It's probably AMS or something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And another sort of goofy one is, where's your name come from? Papi. Could you take us through maybe a little bit of the history of where that, where'd you start with that?
Yeah, so the name comes from, I was called Paprika first.
Okay.
And it was it's kind of embarrassing. It was a grime song.
Okay.
As an artist, he had a line said, "You get popped like Pringles paprika."
Yeah.
And for some reason I like that line, so I was like, I'm going to call myself Paprika.
That's nice, yeah, that's nice.
And then one day I was playing, I think I was playing with Early in open on mid.
Yep.
And somehow the joke came from like Paprika down to Papi, and I tried it for like a week or something, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of funny because it was like the joke back in the day, and then it just stuck with it. But to be honest, it's kind of a weird name because it's like what?
Wasn't it also Papi on the rhythm?
It was on the rhythm, yeah, at one point. I mean, yeah. That's my Twitch.
Nice.
I think it's my Twitter as well.
Okay. Well, either way, good luck in the tournament. I won't ask you for predictions as the top seed because you're a humble guy. You'll probably say an answer that we don't want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. AMS is gonna. Actually, AMS looks good. You didn't ask me about AMS. The AMS team looks really good.
I know. We're gonna wrap this up in 5 minutes long.
Wait, you gotta ask me one more thing.
Go on, what have you got? What do you want me to ask?
I want you to ask me.
Yeah.
So, Papi, I've heard there's this big tournament coming up in America.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in May, it's going to be in Denver, and you're going to be playing against Froyotech, G6, Winners Gaming, Australia,
okay,
some other players.
So Papi, I heard there's this big tournament coming up I think it's in May, in America, in Denver.
Right. That's right, Connor, yes.
You'll be playing against Winners Gaming at Australia, Froyotech and G6.
Froyotech.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Flying over?
Yeah, first time for me to go to the States, first time for all of us, apart from Auto.
Big expectations?
Yeah, I think we can do well if we play well. And we've got a few more months to prep.
Give me genuine reaction.
Yeah.
Top 3? Top 2? Are you taking the crown?
Taking it all, baby. We're coming home. We've got to put Europe on the map. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Europe's not won since... Really? Europe's not won since I-58.
Don't take me back, right?
I mean, 61, there was a Banny mix. 63, we lost. 65 was against the second best NA team, so...
You've got to get us back up there, man.
They think we're a joke.
All of Europe is cheering you on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, all of Europe is cheering us on.
Anyway, thank you for talking to me, friend. Thank you for talking to me, my friend. And we'll call it there.
Yes.
Welcome back to the couch, and sadly Sodium had to leave us. He had busy admin thing, and I do appreciate you, Dr. Happiness, for coming here onto the couch and sparing a bit of your precious time. I respect the admin so much, in our little team, Thank you. Anyway, we'll catch up with Haunts.
I'm here with Haunts, the roaming soldier from MANDEM. As we've just seen, Haunts, 4 friends have smashed Yak, and you'll be now playing them in the next round.
Yep.
I want to delve into your mind, because obviously you played them yesterday. You played them on Metalworks, which was your pick, and then you played them on Snakewater, which was their pick. You beat them in 2 maps, very comfortably, I'd say. Do you think, are you going to stick to the same maps? Do you think they're going to stick to Snakewater, or do you think they're going to change it up a little bit?
From what I saw yesterday, they're gonna stick with the Snakewater for sure. They've been they reviewed Snakewater late at night after the games.
Oh, okay.
So they'll probably stick with Snakewater. I don't know about Snake, but even though Snake was Metalworks was our pick, it was even closer than Snake's, which is like their pick.
Okay.
So I think I don't know if we're sticking with the same maps, but I think they are.
Do you think there's potential they might ban out the Metalworks instead of was it the product I think they banned?
We banned product.
You banned product?
Yeah.
I can't remember the map we banned. But
they banned the Sunshine, I think.
Okay. Do you think they might ban out the Metalworks instead, or do you think they want to run it back? They want to go for the Metal Snake again?
I think they want to run it back.
Okay.
I think they want the revenge, the sweet revenge. But we're ready for it, so it doesn't matter. So.
Okay, we'll see what happens. All right. I'd like for you to sort of put a little bit of respect on the enemy team. And I want to hear who you think was who's the MVP on that team. Who do you think's really playing well this LAN on the Frenchies?
Probably one of the scouts, Nevo or QB.
Okay.
I think QB. I think QB at LANs is performing very well. Even last poLANd, he performed very good. This poLANd is performing again very good. So
I mean, he's got 2 seats, right? He's got all the mouse room in the world. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, and to finish up on your hopes and predictions for this upper lower bracket final, I believe. 2 maps, 3 maps. Are you taking it? Are you going to lose?
2 maps, easy. dmoule has nothing on us.
Wow, that was Haunts from MANDEM.
Welcome back to the analytical couch. I have on the couch Condawg and my now cold pizza. How come the pizza isn't included in the stinger? That should production. Anyway, Condawg, this is the grand final, believe it or not. This is supposed to be the most prestigious part of the entire tournament, and I've still not had chance to eat as well. How about you?
I've squeezed a little munch. I nipped to Zabka earlier, had a little chocky bar and a little sandwich. Went out quite smoothly. It did.
Well, the reason that it's been so kind of quick is because these games have been going the distance. It's been really a close LAN. All these teams have been coming down to the wire. Golden caps, golden mids, nerves, adrenaline. It's all been coming out here, and we finally land on our 2 teams. It's going to be Witness versus MANDEM.
I mean, Turbo, I don't think we're going to stop seeing these golden caps and these golden mids. I think we're going to keep seeing it throughout the night. We've got 5 maps, potentially. It's a best of 5. This means we're going to be seeing some Koth. And I think, Turbo, correct me if I'm wrong, Witness get 2 bans, and then it's just pick.
Yeah, they really have the trimmings here. We can maybe even take some educated guesses what Witness are going to be picking and banning. But before we get into that, we need to talk about these 2 teams as a whole. They've been on an entire journey. There you are, Domaytoe. No, don't worry, you can park a bus right next to my pizza. Oh, I've got ALX as well. And Jordy. My, I'm being spoiled. Okay, my first question for ALX. Please don't eat my pizza. Oh, wait, that's more of a command, really. ALX, my first question, pass me my pizza. Okay, never mind. All right. Welcome to the couch, boys. Thanks for coming in for the last second. This is the grand finals. We welcome to the couch, ALX. How are we doing, sir? How has your LAN been so far?
Oh, quite, I was quite disappointed yesterday when we got knocked out by DTR, but, it is an exciting LAN to be at, and I'm looking forward to spectating the grand finals.
Magical. And Jordy, how are we feeling about your LAN experience so far?
It's pretty good. Got 5th, beat Witness. That's enough.
The Witness Slayer. So you're the perfect person to be talking us through on this couch segment as well.
Yeah, because the Witness bracket game we played, we only lost by 1 round on both maps, on Product and Snake. Yeah, I don't think Witness is really at their strongest right now at all. But I reckon MANDEM is right now in form. They're playing really well. I'm surprised that that game was that close. But I guess Warfence is having a great LAN too. Yeah, I don't know. I think Witness should still have it. They've only lost 1 map. It was against us. But it was against us. Well, we'll see. It depends on the map picks. I think on these slow maps, Witness struggles to actually push last, especially on Snake. So as long as that one's in the pool, maybe they should pick it.
I do love the big bloke LAN players. Every time I have them on this couch, they must mention at least 10 times that they beat Witness on this segment. But Condawg, obviously you're going to be doing probably a lot of heavy lifting for MANDEM, I assume. You haven't got another drawing under there, have you? Are you going to pull something out for a second?
I don't know what Turbo's saying. He's very far away, but Turbo, I'm going to assume you're going to ask me who my favourite player is, and that is going to be...
Okay, right, slow down, okay. Anyway, so yes, this is Grand Final, this is MANDEM versus Witness. Already, I just want to kind of talk how they even got here, how the journey's been, maybe even highlight some of these day 3 shenanigans. I'm not sure if we've got a bracket or anything like that, production that's filled in, because I want to reminisce a bit. It's been a long day 3, hasn't it, Condawg?
Yeah, it's been a long 3 days, but we're finally getting into crunch time. Grand finals coming up next. They've both come through the upper bracket, I believe. We haven't seen any sort of lower bracket runs. I think most people kind of expected these 2 teams to be here at the end.
Yeah. My. I bet this bracket must give you post-traumatic stress, Jordy and ALX. Obviously, it seems like an age ago, but we were all fighting each other in the pits on day 2, and here we are on day 3. Jordy, was this always the suspected 2 teams that were going to be in this grand finals, or were you certain that like big bloke LAN was going to be meeting Witness in the grand finals?
Not gonna lie, we could have placed anywhere between 9th and 2nd, I felt like. So we got the mid-roll where we're quite satisfied with our placement. I think MANDEM, Witness were always the favorites. But 4Fence definitely had a chance. I think this is definitely like what everybody expected.
And ALX, I just want to turn the attention to you for a second. Obviously, the competition has been stiff. It's probably been the most difficult and competitive LAN to date in TF2. What's it like playing in a tournament like that?
Oh, it was really fun. I just wish I got to play more, to be honest. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to play against many of the teams in Group A. I tried to set up some scrims in between games, but managing that was kind of harsh as well. So we just ended up playing pretty much the same teams, but either way, I much enjoyed it.
Now, obviously, you probably played a little either one of these 2 teams, MANDEM and Witness, and maybe obviously from other anecdotes as well. If you had to just describe as a player to the audience, like, what is it like? What's the differences between these 2 teams? Do they play very differently, or what's an easy way to describe playing against, say, like MANDEM, for example?
That's a hard question, but I think that they definitely have more explosive plays, whereas in Witness it's more of a slow burn and it feels very hard to get anything going on. Versus MANDEM, I would expect to, be able to. It would be easier to win certain fights, but they would be also like winning harder in other ones where they would be sending soldiers deep and Haunts would be cleaning up, unfortunately, efficiently.
Jordy, what are your experiences against MANDEM and Witness? Would you describe them as the same, or do you have a different description playing against these 2 teams?
He put it to words quite well. Past 2 seasons, playing against MANDEM a lot, it's really different to playing Witness. Witness is like, they play very default, very like good, but like default TF2. You always know what they're gonna do. I find playing against Witness a lot easier. It's just predictable. But they're really disciplined. I think I would say MANDEM is just really explosive, really aggressive, way harder to deal with if like you're not like having a good DM day. They are quicker to roll you. They will always roll faster than Witness would, I reckon.
Condawg, obviously this is not the first time MANDEM and Witness have faced off against each other. Is this the time? Is this culminating in the perfect opportunity for Witness to finally be dethroned? Is MANDEM going to choose this grand final to finally hit it to them?
I mean, Turbo, after we saw the games yesterday, it was, I will say, a little bit of a coin flip. If Ixie didn't win 2 of those clutch 1v1s, I think it could have gone absolutely the other way. And I think today, over a best of 5, when maybe Ixie won't be the clutch factor, we could see MANDEM dethroning the Witness.
Well, it looks like we've got map picks and bans already, but I think we're doing this maybe live. Ooh, yes we are. So we got the Sultry and a Bagel ban. So this is very predictable. Witness obviously coming for that upper bracket, get both bans. They're banning out the map that they're not going to see in America, and they hate Bagel because they just can't figure it out. So MANDEM, out of those 2 bans, go with a Snakewater pick. Reactions, Connor?
I mean, I think the Sultry ban was pretty expected. We haven't seen Sultry all sort of tournament really. Bagel, I'm a little bit shocked by. I know MANDEM, they've been banning Koth product, so I'll be expecting that to probably be coming out of Witness next. The Snakewater is an interesting pick. They beat the Frenchies obviously on it yesterday. So I think they think it's a fairly strong map for them, and Witness not too solid, and they're, as I said, the product coming out. We love Koth, Turbo. We love Koth.
Oh well, we love Koth apparently, Jordy. Jordy, what do you think of product this LAN? Obviously, hey, look, we were in the corner. Hi, Mom. But yeah, so obviously you had a chance to play a bit of product this LAN event when really you've not had a chance to play it in the group stages. I thought this would have put off a lot of teams, but it's not put off Witness.
Yeah, because we played product in both.
I want to hear you, sir. Point the microphone.
Hello.
Okay, yeah.
No, we played Product twice in the group stages as well. No, not in the group stages, in playoffs as well. We were not scared to ban it, except against the Varno team.
Back here, sir. Back here. Too close. There you go. Right round the set. There you go. You got it perfect.
It's fine?
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
cool.
we're good?
Yes. All right, so yeah, you played some Product, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, people are just not scared to play Product. Witness are surprisingly confident on it, because they picked it against us, and they struggled a lot. So I think that's definitely a really good pick by MANDEM.
All right, and then over on Witness...
Wait, Witness picked it?
Yeah, Witness picked it, yeah, that's what had me all shocked. But I guess they must have been studying demos, Jordy, and like figured out, oh, so if Jordy does this, we should be doing that.
Yeah, they should be playing like me.
This is how, if you can slay Witness yourself...
They should not do Papi Scout.
yeah, God help us. ALX, we have a Sunshine ban coming out from Witness, so this is their 3 bans that they reckon this is the worst in their map pool. Would you agree with them? Are these the worst maps you've seen Witness play?
Yeah, I would. And going forward, I think I would expect MANDEM to also pick something slow again, and perhaps
maybe
they would want to go. Yes, yeah, I could see that, or maybe they want to play process and stalemates. But I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
there it is.
I feel smart. You feel smart. God, we're all just such a bunch of smart gamers here on the couch. All right, so you can have one more opportunity, ALX, to look smart again. If you're MANDEM and you want to take it to them, what's your second map pick? I'll give you a couple of minutes to decide, and we'll pass it over to Jordy. Jordy looks way too relaxed there. Jordy, what do you think this map pick's going to be for MANDEM?
What I think is going to happen, I don't know which of these teams like Metalworks. I have no idea.
I'm going to guess Metalworks. And
I do think MANDEM like Gully too. Yeah. So far I think MANDEM are winning the map picks very hard. Snake was a good pick by them. Witness struggles on that push a lot, and I think Product suits MANDEM too. I think they're relying on their sniper a lot. But
let's get the MANDEM fanboy involved. Let's ask Connor. Let's see what he thinks. Connor, what are they picking?
All I'm saying is, Turbo, they just lost Process to the Frenchies. This is not going to be Process. Metalworks, they've been loving it. They played in the last 3 best of 3s.
Oh!
And there it is, Metalworks. I am a MANDEM fan since day one. I know my stuff, Turbo. I would not be surprised if Witness could take the Process next, which will leave us with Gully Wash to finish.
So... Okay, Gully Wash to finish. Wait, so what's the Witness pick going to be? Or is that the Witness pick, Gully Wash?
What's that?
What is Witness Gaming picking?
Witness, they're going to pick Process next, and it will be the Gully Wash decider if we make it to the full BO5.
Yeah. Okay, Jordy, what do you think of that Process pick for Witness Gaming? Do you think that sounds right?
That makes sense. We didn't scrim Witness ever, so we don't know what maps they're good at right now.
What about you, ALX? Obviously, we never really got your chance. Oh, it's actually a Gully Wash pick coming out for Witness Gaming, and that's kind of surprising because MANDEM, I think they first picked Gully Wash in their previous series. So, Condawg, reactions?
Honestly, I think this plays into MANDEM's favour. Process, probably one of their weaker maps as we've seen in the Frenchies game. But I like what I see as a MANDEM fan. I see them taking map 1 and map 3 probably. Product, they're probably going to lose to the Witness Gaming side. But Gully Wash, bit of a coin flip for me. I think that could end up going the MANDEM way. I like what I see. I like what I see for the MANDEM boys. I really do.
Jordy, when you look at all these maps involved, is there like a clear winner in your eyes of out of these 2 teams?
Sorry?
Basically, you see the map picks, and who do you think won map pick and ban?
Yeah, I was already saying earlier, I think MANDEM won.
All right.
I think they got really good maps. I think the Product pick is really questionable.
Okay, all right. ALX, what do you think of these map picks with all the dust settling?
Yeah, I also definitely agree with Jordy here. I think that MANDEM did a good job with these pick bans, and I'm looking forward to seeing the match.
Oh my god, look at the graphical power. So we actually have an order of all the picks and bans and what's coming out, but we'll keep them there, and maybe we'll go through a bit of the rosters, because obviously it's not just these 2 teams by name. They're made up of 6 core components, all of them, So I'll give you a quick reminder, and then we'll go through a bit more nitty-gritty about these teams. So over on the side of Witness Gaming, you do have the Papi and Hugo Soldier combo. You've got the Thomas and Ixie Scout combo. On Demo Man is going to be Lucas Stank or Lucas Tank or the God Based or Based God or whatever name he's going with today. And obviously on Medic we've got Auto as well. Gentlemen, Witness Gaming, what makes them so formidable? Is there a particular name out of that lineup ALX that just gives you the heebie-jeebies?
I mean, the common answer would be Thomas, but I find that the power of Witness comes from just their amount of experience and how much they've thought about the game and just ironing out all of the problems they have, and they've become so efficient at it that now as they come across new problems, it's just faster and easier to solve all the new obstacles they meet.
Jordy, any particular member of Witness Gaming that stands out, that needs maybe their story told a bit more compared to the others?
I think Ixie has been having a really good LAN. I think on maps like Product, Lucas will make a big difference. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Fair play, fair play. And Condawg, I know you're a MANDEM fan, but I want you to indulge me for a minute. Witness Gaming, you got any favourites on there?
It's got to be a man I know very well. Obviously, Papi. He's the main core of the team, alongside Thomas. But he's been there since the start. We've been playing together for years. I know that man almost inside out. And he's very good at product. He's very good at that little top rock mini game, as he likes to call it. He's always like, "Oh, shoot me," then he drops down. He's very good at it. So I think Papi's going to have some good games here. He looks like fairly chilled. I've seen him today around the venue. He's been sneaking in a pizza, getting his calories in, maybe a little bit
Don't say pizza.
Bit of energy. It's just it's getting cold, Turbo. It's getting cold over there.
I know, it's killing me. All right, okay. So obviously they're going to be facing off against MANDEM. MANDEM comprised of Haunts and Rons on the Soldier duo. We've got Inzo and Boulder on the Scout duo. Demoman is Zams, and we've also got June on the Medic, but also goes by Oppie as well, but it's going to be June this LAN because of names, rules from the admins. It's all very confusing. Anyway, obviously it's your favourite topic, favourite player, go.
My favourite player this LAN, Turbo, as I have not stopped saying, is Ron's, the best soldier in all of Europe. He is going to take over this grand final. The map's way into his favour. He's so quick. He's electrical over the map. He's going to be scooting his way across all these little ramps, sliding his way onto mid. I'm very excited for the big things. There's going to be some big numbers on the logs. Maybe a big air shot or two. Grand final air shots is what we all live for.
Jordy, I can't help but notice you just like nodding. You're like, yes, preach, correct, all of it. Are you a big Rons fan as well?
I'm not a big Rons fan, but I think he's having an amazing LAN. Yeah.
What about anybody else from MANDEM? Is there anybody else that maybe doesn't get the praises sung enough?
I think Zams. Zams is he has really big shoes to fill in terms of like the blazing fancy, and he's picking it up really well. Because they lost to 4 fence in the season last year, or not last year but last season I guess, and they beat them at LAN with Zams. So clearly, it's not a downgrade. It has to be. He's doing really well.
Excellent. And ALX, I'm sure you've got a based sort of opinion hidden in all of this.
Yes.
What do you think of this lineup?
Actually, I've found that Hans has positively surprised me. He's found very good timings on some of his sacks, especially when Zoe's on sniper, on for example Granary. They'll position the enemy medic to where it's favorable to sack, and Hans will find the timing and he'll just make some magic happen.
All right, gentlemen. Obviously, a grand final needs a grand wait because all these players and these teams overall are nervous. They're scared. This is a grand final setting. They're looking at the stream chat when they really shouldn't. Everyone's flaming them. Admins are messaging them. Their computers are breaking apart and all this. It's stressful work. And I kind of want to talk about these grand final problems, which are the length of this best of 5, the adrenaline of playing these sort of games, and meta that might evolve from playing out longevity of these games. So let's start off that best of 5. ALX, is there such thing as playing too much TF2?
Oh, well, as a individual with 20,000 hours in TF2, which, is a fair bit, my answer would be no, but...
what about long stretches of TF2, like just back-to-back?
Yeah, I do think that the best of 5, is... The formats are still fine. I quite enjoy watching these long games as well. And as a player, I personally do not mind the length of these games as they are very exciting and there's so much to learn from playing these games.
Jordy, remind me, I think you've played a best of 5, right? Or am I wrong?
Well, I was going to say, I've made it to day 3 a couple times, and it does get exhausting. If you make it to finals, you're gonna run out of steam at some point. If you're gonna do a lower bracket run, it's quite tough to be fully focused if you're in a best of 5. Playing against New Panzer at Uberfest was very tough because we had played almost 11 maps in one day, almost all of them on stage, very little breaks. That can get to a team. You can just get tired, honestly. But I think at the start of the set, MANDEM's going to go in it with more momentum than Witnesses. Witness has just been chilling all day. They had a warm-up game over an hour ago, so they might as well just be cold again.
Condawg, is there any sort of techniques that these players employ to kind of keep themselves, at the better end of a best of 5? Is there anything you can do, or do you just have to, just take it one game at a time?
I think the one thing that you need to remember in a best of 5 is that every map, you can afford maybe a throwaway, okay? Some maps, they're going to not go your way. Product, it might just go the way of Witness, and MANDEM have to remain positive that they can just move it on to Metalworks and remain sort of focused on the game completely. The game is not over once they lose one map, so I think it's remaining calm, cool and collected, and with a player like Zoe on the team, he's there at the end. As I said earlier, he's looking down the line, he's reminding his troops that, hey boys, we're still in this, alright? There's no need to panic. Alright, Kaplaka? You're looking good, man.
Hey, whoa, focus here, right? We've got a grand final to do. But anyway, speaking of focus, speaking of almost fight and flight, adrenaline, we don't really talk about this too much because when you're playing your average ETF2L week, who cares? You've got more beer flow through your veins than you have adrenaline. And Condawg, have you experienced that kind of rush of just adrenaline hitting your system in the panic of a very serious game?
I mean, so I've been there in the games, but at the moment, I'm right there behind him, Coach Condawg, biggest fan. I'm stood there. My heart's beating faster than theirs is, to be honest. I can feel it. You can feel the tension in the room. It's palpable. It's very scary. And, it's all about managing that. And it can get tough in the big games, but I got belief. I have belief.
Jordy, I know you've felt adrenaline in these high-pressure games, and it changes your gameplay, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's players that play better because of it, and there's players that don't. I think Witness will be able to handle it really well. Almost all of them have played multiple lands. MANDEM, I don't know yet. I have no idea what to expect from them. I sat behind them for a little bit. I think Rons is full of adrenaline, but everybody else seems chill, relaxed, almost locked in. So I think they're handling it quite well at the moment.
ALX, I know you can't get to this level without having those really super stressful games going. So is there anything a player can do when you have these stressful games? Is there any sort of techniques, any sort of mantras or kind of wise words one player can think to themselves in situations to calm themselves down, or maybe even play off the adrenaline situations?
Oh, well, as a bit of a fitness enthusiast, I enjoy small physical exercises in between when I find that I'm getting a bit too overwhelmed. It helps, at least for me, it's a good method of getting my mind out of the game for a moment, resetting, just getting fresh again, for the game.
All right, magical. And, I listed off 3 topics. Can't remember what my third one is now, but I think it was something along the lines of Oh yeah, the meta devolving in the game and things happening. And when I talk about this is more like you have the history of your best of 5 following you, creeping you behind, and these mistakes can follow you. For example, these medics, they're seeming quite tense right now, ALX, and some of them are popping early, some of them are not popping at all, and all this. Is it better to kind of play normally, Blett, or should you if you find yourself at the butt end of dropping a couple of Ubers, maybe you should be popping these Ubers early? Like, what is the better way to kind of deal with these, as you make mistakes apparent? Is it better to adapt on the fly, or is it better to just kind of play how you would usually play?
I find that TF2 at this level, in my mind, is all about adaptation. It's all about constantly trying to adapt to what you meet in each game. And you have to adapt as fast as possible. You don't want to be caught by the same mistakes twice in a row even. You want to catch these problems as soon as they arrive. And don't let the enemy team capitalize on the same problems like multiple times.
Jordy, obviously in a big long series, tilt can get involved into the game. Something happens in the first game, it tilts you completely, and then you have to play a second game, and then something tilts you in the second game, and you have to go in the third game and all this. When are the expected points of kind of reset for these teams? Because it's a best of 5, are they actually still holding on to these sort of tilting moments, or do they get reset after every map, do you reckon?
Personally, at least on my teams, we just completely drop it immediately. Like, something horrible happens and we don't think about it. It's just like we accept it, move on. You can talk about it after the game, but like you can't actually talk about these things during the game. If something tilting happens, you don't have the time to do it. So I don't know. It depends on the personalities on the team. I think people on MANDEM, at least Rons is very tiltable.
Amen.
Very tiltable.
All
but
right.
there's people on Witness also quite tiltable.
These are strong points. Thank you, Jordy. Okay, Condawg, I have to throw it to the caster soon, so you have my last thoughts for this pre-talk. Go.
Turbo, it's MANDEM. In 4 maps. On the first map, Golden Cap 3-3.
Right, you heard it here first. Let's take it over to our casters. Let's see what's going to happen. Get excited. It's going to be our grand final, MANDEM versus Witness.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your poLAND 2025 Grand Finals. We have Witness Gaming, reigning champions here. Trying to take them down is the MANDEM. Ben, what a matchup this is going to be tonight.
This is anything we could ever have dreamed of. The games we've had early today, and when these two met in the upper bracket final last night, they were all such close, intense games. And what's even better, that one last night, that finished in 2 maps. This could go all the way to 5 maps. This is outrageous. This is as high octane as TF2 gets.
Yeah, we did see these two teams battling it out last night. You have to say the MANDEM lost it in those 2 maps, but they fought tooth and nail. Only 1 round in it throughout the entire time. These two teams looking like the best match teams we've seen so far. MANDEM had to play an excruciatingly close best of 3 against Forfent, where they were challenged the entire time. But the MANDEM, they came out on top at the end of that in final map Golden Cap. They've got to be feeling good, and they need to, because they are facing some good lives here.
It's all the pressure here on both of these teams. This is probably the most intense game of TF2 that anyone on that red team, on MANDEM, have played in their entire lives. Everything rides on this one. It's a land grand final against the best team in Europe for the last, ages, right? This is as intense as it gets. This is complete madness. MANDEM, if they win, it's probably an upset. But they're going to come out, and they showed yesterday they can match Witness, they can take them all the way, and on a grand final stage, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, if there's any team that can do it here, I think it is the MANDEM. You heard the good words being given to them on the couch here. But a little bit about the Witness team here. They are looking to obviously become the European champions here at this LAN. But later on this year in May, they're looking to become world champions, going to America to fight those hard teams, also getting Australia there as well here. So you're thinking Witness Gaming, they want to leapfrog off of a success here. And if something goes bad here, can it spell trouble later on this year for them?
Yeah, it'd be really pretty embarrassing, right, if they were the European representatives and they weren't the champions of Europe. So MANDEM here, they have the potential to do something very, very funny indeed. But it's going to be a big uphill battle for them. As we go live, it's game 1, it's the grand final. Let's hear it, Poland. We're ready here on Snakewater.
Rolling out here onto our first mid. Eyes all on Lucas Tank as we start things off here. Slowly taking a little bit of space on both teams. No one going for those instant bombs. It's Red Soldiers bombing in high here though. Bronze goes for that first commit, unable to find anything straight away here. Auto though goes down to Haunt in the background. What a great start.
What a great start, but what a slow start.
Oh.
As the crowd are not happy about that one.
Something has gone on here. Looks like we might get a report here, potentially a player disconnected, or they really need to sort out their strat straight away.
Well, I just saw Sodium sprint past you like at 100 miles an hour up those stairs, literally right behind you. You could barely even see him. If the camera was on, you wouldn't have even seen it, right? It was so fast. So Sodium clearly going to have some action on his hands. But that mid, I guess we didn't really get too far into it, but Auto going down is a big ask for Witness. If they are to maybe cling on to this, 3 frags going their way though now, as MANDEM have had to retreat out. They have got an Uber advantage, but Witness down their medic. It's all down to what MANDEM can do.
Yeah, but every other player survived here, right? So they can really get some sort of a setup going here. They can make it hard for them to get in here on MANDEM. This is not an easy mid to push back into, right? You are a lot of the time having to push from that low ground, and that high ground is so spammable by these soldiers. If you decide to go on catwalk, we'll see if they can get in for free or if they're going to get forced here.
Well, it's going to be papi tasked close with doing the damage and does force out an Uber charge from June as Zams jumps all the way through. Might be catching a soldier on the way out, but it looks like just one frag going the way of this MANDEM Uber so far.
Yeah, only papi going down there is something Witness are going to be happy with. Auto is going to have this Uber advantage here. See if Witness want to try to do something. They're a team that doesn't mind taking things slowly here. They might just decide they want to sit on second and see if MANDEM want to make a push out here. But they have the caliber, right? And you'd hope they'd kind of try to make these plays early on to get some sort of an advantage.
But they've lost Thomas straight away. The pocket scout down. Surely that is a wrench in the works for any kind of push-out plan here for the Witness side. Losing the pocket scout, they were meant to be the one leading the charge in on this Uber, getting through into the core of MANDEM with the ad. But now the Uber charges, they're evening out. June up to 95% of herself. She's going to have in just a moment. And now it's on MANDEM. Can they sack in? Can they push forwards? And can they strip this Uber charge out of Auto?
Yeah, you would have thought maybe they wanted to go for a fast sack there while Thomas was down potentially, so it's only one scout denying it, but just couldn't quite get into position that they wanted to on the side of MANDEM. It is a soldier going into this cheese area, does knock down papi. Here's the commit from Ron, but it's already a force out from Haunt there. Double bomb does manage to get the force out of Auto.
The two soldiers doing fantastic work once again. Runs and Haunts both playing with their lives, but now Witness, two players up there. Uber charge has faded. June does have an Uber to reuse though. There's going to be pressure over towards her, and the bombs come in. Uber charge forced out now from MANDEM, and it's all about this post fight. How can this better Uber from MANDEM? How much can it get? How much can they clean up? Both these soldiers falling, and now there's potential to walk forward. Auto is going to be a long way away from an Uber charge. It's two players advantage now, and MANDEM, they're on the front foot.
Yeah, it's a dry push here from the MANDEM, and they will absolutely take this fight. Witness Gaming not even putting up a fight. It's just some stickies out from Lucas here, but I think that's all that they're going to be able to mount. Auto is going to have a slight advantage here, but pushing out onto the second is so risky. There's so many doors that you can kind of get in from and try to mount a push into last year. They are actually popping straight through onto this lower June.
Oh my, oh no.
Sticky. Can they find anything else? It's Lucas Tank losing his life. In so is the trade, however, that looks like all they can get for now here. And now look at this. Boulder, he's so deep in with Zams, already ready to push back in. They're looking for any picks they can to make this last any easier. It's Hugo going down. That's 3 players down for Witness Gaming. June on 90% Uber. Bronze does go down. But
papi though, look at the damage that papi's doing.
How is he doing so much?
How does this guy not die? How many HP does this soldier have? Papi doing all that he can to keep his team in it, but is it going to be enough? There's only 2 players left alive, and it's going to be full Uber advantage now for June pushing into this last point. And I've got to say, that Uber in, I thought for sure that June was dead there. When I saw Lucas landing on grass, the stickies were everywhere, but June slithers out away and now has her own Uber advantage to walk in with. Uber on the scout, Uber the demo, Uber walking across this point, stickies on that left-hand spawn shutter, and the collapse is in. Cap time already coming through. Hugo's already gone down in trade with Horns. Cap time on second. The back cap. The back cap's going to do it.
Yeah, they get the back cap. They're not able to get anyone to the point early. Allows that player of Tomas in behind gets the cap and shuts down any ideas of capping this last that they may have had.
But they only have 3 players. They only have 3 players. This can get really, really messy now. Tomas going to trade out on the low ground there with Zams. A second point will be recollected. Long, long spawners there on the 2 scouts as well for Witness. Is a push out even really an option here?
There's no way they try to push out on this. By the time they get these spawns in 10 seconds, June's already going to be on 80% Uber. It's near impossible for them to try to do this here. I think they're just going to try to stabilize here.
Can we just talk about that back cap for a moment? That back cap was genius from Tomas. That is what champions are made of. Going all the way behind, nobody expected that in the world. Timed to perfection. Able to deny that Uber advantage push there from MANDEM. But now, Uber charge stabilized, gun getting built. We've been here before a fair few times. We've all seen Snakewater last. We all know what this can turn into. And MANDEM are preparing themselves to push into what is arguably one of the hardest points to push into in the game, against one of the hardest teams to do that against. So what are they going to go for?
Yeah, this Witness Gaming team, for any of the uninitiated, I think it's the team that kind of pioneered the hold on this Snakewater last. They are the team who made it difficult, and they're showing that as Papi instantly shutting down Horns, not even letting him tickle that sentry gun.
Yeah, good effort there from Horns, just trying to get in, but just completely shut down. And now Tomas going to use the opportunity to come up on the sniper class and maybe think about going for some kind of peek. If is Tomas really going to go for this all the way aggressive underneath into Africa? There is a chance of catching someone, but Tomas knows that he can't afford to go down there. He has to back up and he has to concede some ground to MANDEM.
Yeah, he knows better. It's worth valuing your life here. Just makes any post-fight, if they decide to trade Uber, so much easier if you just have that extra player alive here. Now, let's see what the MANDEM do. They're looking to shove this shutter side over here. 2 soldiers getting set up. They're very healthy.
Yeah, see what they're able to go for. Very, very big buffs here on these soldiers. They bomb in straight over onto Auto. Big damage coming in. 1 big rocket. Crits come out. Auto down to 30 HP. But does survive the triple sack attempt. MANDEM sent 3 players in, but Auto has just enough movement, just enough health, and just enough teammates to survive. As Witness now, they're struggling to push out on 3, losing Demo as well, though.
That's such a nice pick there from Papi. Just managed to get so much space early on and was assisted there. Zam's going down is really, really crucial as Tomas already sending things into mid. Super aggressive in here. Horns wants to try to go back. He's had success with it before, but June has used Uber. It is a trade here on this middle point. Health looking pretty dire on this Witness Gaming side, but they've got all the space, all the positioning in the world. Tomas going down early, but trading out to Auto dies here. Can June stay alive?
Horns, fantastic direct there. That's the one salvage from that fight, because otherwise that was a catastrophe for MANDEM. They get that all-important frag though onto the blue medic. Auto goes down. June will have Uber advantage. 2 forward spawns coming in. Horns is going to get denied, but with 5 players and 50% Uber advantage, MANDEM will stabilize on their own second, and they can perhaps think about going forward.
8 minutes have gone on the clock here, but I feel like we've been here before, Ben. This feels like an exact repeat of the mid here. It's going to be Uber advantage to the MANDEM here, although it's not actually a huge amount as all things go here. But Papi successfully got a force out of them last time, and then they were able to push it back through. Let's see if they change anything up on this push, Ben.
We'll see if Papi's able to do the same. Boulder taking so much damage just to spam. There's nobody even close there. That's just all the work of Lucas. But Zams, oh my, that is a nuke.
That is crazy damage there. Taking down a soldier and scout, that's essentially going to be your flank free. This could be a huge opportunity for a bust if MANDEM want to utilize it.
Absolutely. Auto does have Uber. Forward spawns denied on both of these players. There is maybe opportunity to pressure. Auto wants to walk forward. They're on Witness. They're fancying this. They want to press in. They want to try and use this advantage as best as they can, but they're getting forced out by Rons.
Yeah, really nice play by Rons. Gets in behind here. Everyone else is just out of this fight completely. We're back to a game of Leapfrog here while MANDEM do have this uber advantage. It's a little bit of time to go here. Do you think Witness tried to go for something a little bit cheeky, or do you think they just get that setup that has worked all so well so far?
There's not much time, right? Because June's at 85% Uber. Spawner's already here. I think MANDEM are just going to go for the same ult here. Hopefully this time, for their sake, they won't be getting caught instantly on the way through the saw. But Boulder, again, taking quite a bit of spam damage from these stickies and from these pipes of Lucas, who's done such a good job shutting them out.
They get in through the hype, but there's a soldier in behind, forces June here. Great job from papi. He has just been absolutely putting his team on the back, and now with this player behind, they have to send at least one back. It is papi down, but it's allowed a refight from Witness, as they haven't taken the high ground on the MANDEM. Also, 90% Uber.
Yeah, and the player behind, the only potential threat there, cleaned up very nicely by Ixie, who is going on a bit of a tear himself here, walking forward alongside the Uber with pistol in hand. 3 kills so far for this push from Witness, and it might be even more as well, because Samus looks like he's getting caught here on the grass. Ixie, man, has gone on a rampage. June last alive, run all the way back to last, and this is going to be like even Ubers at best, but these spawners are quite a long way away.
Look how fast they are here. They're already coming into this lower area here on Witness. They're already putting some pressure on the point here. Do they have a response here on the MANDEM? They are getting the spawners, but they've got 1 on point, they've got 2 on point, and that's all it takes.
Really, really fast thinking there from Witness. They had such a small window of opportunity. They had to wait for those forward spawns on MANDEM before they could put up a good defense, but Witness, they flung themselves all the way through, stacked the point very, very quickly, and these spawners just never had time to find their feet, and Witness, they're a round up.
Taking that first round is Witness Gaming. Can MANDEM respond on this second mid? It's been very back and forth here, but it only takes one small mistake.
Absolutely. Last time we saw Auto getting caught out on this mid. See if he's going to have a bit more fortune this time around. He's going to be playing a bit more passive over towards the catwalk side of the mid. As you see, height being taken and lots of aggression coming in from the MANDEM players. Look at this damage they're dealing over towards the combo of Witness, but they're losing players for it as this push might be thwarted here. Low health bars, but 2 soldiers down, and Witness, they're able to take this.
Yeah, just cleaning up those soldiers so fast is so critical, and what's even more critical is getting that pick on the demo man there. Zam's been caught out a couple of times here. The pressure just unrelenting from this Witness Gaming squad, and now it's their opportunity to try to push into last. It's going to be even Ubers, but they're not going to have a full setup. They're going to have no demo man on this left-hand side.
Zams might just about be spawning in time. Is going to waddle over and get 1 sticky here over onto Hugo, who's bombed all the way up into the skybox. So trying to sink here onto the engineer, goes for the air shot. Good effort, mate, but not quite going to land that one as papi comes in for the second attempt. 2 kills for the gun. Is going to be a fair few crits should the Frontier Justice come out later on. But it was a good attempt at a double sack. Like you say, the setup wasn't there. The demo wasn't fully in position. The gun was only level 1. But MANDEM, they're holding firm for now.
Yeah, I think that was going to be their best opportunity to get an early push here. Boulder checking if they've got any off classes. However, Witness Gaming quite happy just to be playing this cookie cutter. 2 scouts, 2 soldiers here. No funny shenanigans necessary quite yet. I think their stacks have been really, really good. And what are those on Hugo? Are those some little booties I just saw?
It might well be. Against the gun, it is certainly something to consider here as Hugo takes the buff, goes around this right-hand side, and these man treads, they can be lethal. Reducing that sentry gun knockback means that June might not be so safe after all on that low ground.
Yeah, double man treads coming out here. Postgame instantly deleted, though it's papi. Hugo not along to follow here, and they nearly get the demo man there as well of Lucas. Rons wants more. He's hungry. He wants these rounds, but they're just going to slow things down. They're just going to go for this round reset until they get something crazy that they can't give up.
Yeah, they absolutely have to. Thomas already gone forward and gone down, which means now Witness, they're going to have to slow it down. I wonder there, with the timing of that Thomas death, is that smells off class to me. That smells
yeah.
A spy, a sniper, someone running back to change to a banner, anything of that kind. It doesn't look like I see anyone running back to spawn just yet, but Thomas, we'll see what he comes up on.
He will be coming up on spy here, but he's not going out of spawn. He's not checking anything. Is this 5D chess?
Is this one of those where you stay in spawn for ages and then you switch off and switch back and make them think that there's going to be a spy? But the thing is,
no one's checking.
Because no one's actually checking on MANDEM, so no one's going to be aware of this. As Thomas has faked the spy play, but has not actually faked anyone.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Papi coming in here for the bomb as well, as Hugo unable to get anything. Again, do get some good damage onto June, but it's not enough so far.
Can we get a crit count on this Frontier Justice? I think I've counted 4 kills for this gun. That's
no,
8.
6, no.
Is it 6?
It might be 6, which is what?
It might have had some assists on the players, the Mantreads bomb, right? Because he got the 2 kills before that. It's potentially got some more on the Mantreads players, and 2 more there. Like, that's a lot of crits.
Yeah, this could actually come into play here. If they do manage to get this gun, Zoe, with those crits, is really going to farm. We've seen, you know, in other games, I think it was Kubi got off 4K with getting crits on the Frontier Justice.
That gun is busted, man. Like, it's so good.
However, looks like they want to go for the stacks again. Papi was getting fully buffed up there. Looks like this left-hand side. Oh, no, it's actually going to be the right-hand side. Through drop down. Papi is in here. Looking like they're going to find June here. Can you find the shot? So close, June. 20 HP there, but she holds on. That's ridiculous.
That is utterly astonishing. How on earth do you hang on after that? I thought for sure Papi had found it. I thought even the splash onto the metal sheet would do enough. But June, it's going to take so much more than that to make her drop.
This is just such an insane hold from the MANDEM here. I think June carrying this one, doing so much work on her positioning here. Boulder checking those off classes, but there's none to be seen here. What do Witness Gaming have? 1 minute and 15 left on the clock, Ben.
They are, and they're not going for any more off classes again. It's going to be all down to these soldiers, and to be fair, given the value that Papi and Hugo have had so far, why not go for it once more? Papi going to bomb in as 2 more killers go to the gun, and more deaths coming out for these players over on Witness. Lucas very, very weak, 3 players down, but MANDEM, they're not showing me any signs that they want to walk forward on this, and I can kind of understand why. Losing a player themselves, even though there's 3 down, there's only 45 seconds left, it's even Ubers, there's so much to lose here. MANDEM, like you say, they're just happy to let this round reset.
Yeah, there's no reason to push out here, especially when it's so close to the end. You have a sentry gun, you're going to have crits from it as well, right? This is such a hard push. You got the sniper of Boulder up just to make things that little more difficult. 20 seconds left. It's on MANDEM to push here.
Witness now getting ready on this left-hand side. They're going to maybe look for a trade here because there's only 15 seconds left. Gun spam down, which might release these crits over from Inzo, but there's only 10 seconds left. They're going to go for this. They're going to trade in. It looks to me like Witness, they're not too keen on this. They're going to try and bust in through this left-hand side into the crits, into the Uber, though, from June on the point auto with a much later use, but that seems like a little bit of a wasted opportunity for me because they kind of didn't do anything.
I don't know if anyone was looking at their timer there, really, right? That's very uncharacteristic from Witness to kind of miss a trick. I think with that sentry gun down, you just tried to get in there. You tried to make something happen.
So close by that. I still have no idea how that splash on the fence doesn't kill June.
Yeah, I mean, it's so ridiculously close there,
millimeters,
isn't it? However, enough of the yap. We're back to the mid here. It's going to be our 3rd mid of this map. Witness Gaming are leading 1 round, but that's all the MANDEM need to hire up 1 singular round. What can they do on this mid?
Again, lots of aggression, but the last couple of times they've lost a lot of players for it, and this time Witness with the counter-aggression, with their own bombs forward onto this height, are going to be doing a whole load of damage, but it's a reverse of last time. Both soldiers going down for Witness, as MANDEM, they're hanging on by a thread in terms of HP, but it's 5v2. Only Lucas and Auto left, trying to retreat out underneath. Yes, June is weak, but who cares, because Auto's getting bombed.
Yeah, he's not caught straight away. Lucas is there and actually manages to clean up Ron's. There's one more soldier. Was Ron, sorry. Not Ron. Zam's on the chase.
Wait, Lucas!
Boulder, how are you doing this? He's still full HP, just sitting on grass there.
No way this gets anything.
June on 40 HP. June left alone.
No way, Lucas. This man is a machine.
He has just put his absolute team on his back.
That's a 1v4.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
What?
And he's still alive. He's still alive.
That's how does he do this time and time again on the highest stage? Keeps the team not just in the round, they're now
soldiers
in an
both coming in.
advantageous
Also
position.
get the 4s during all of this. They sent 1 behind here, so it's not all failures here. They've also got 2 in the back here for the MANDEM. Not really. Oh no, takes down Auto during that. Haunt. Big stuff from the Portuguese man, resetting things just a little bit, letting us slow down for a second. It was a crazy minute that we've just seen, but now MANDEM, with the advantage of players, with the advantage of Uber on the back of that one play.
This is the crazy thing about Snakewater, right? You can sit on a team's last for 5 minutes, and let's be real, it's not very exciting. Not too much happens. There's not too much going on in the way of sacks. There's not too much in the way of forces. Both medics just hold them the entire time, and then as soon as we get to the next mid, it is lights out instantly. Plays back and forth for both of these teams, but now MANDEM, they've got their Uber advantage. They're buffing up, and it's only going to be about 40%, but it's definitely workable. They want to use this in.
Yeah, looking like it's going to be a shutters push. Uber is used out onto Zam. Sentry gun goes down straight away, straight on the cap time. That's so good. But Lucas with the double kill on the stickies. Can anyone come in and find the damage that they need to keep themselves in it? They could not. It's a arrow from Auto to shut down their hopes and dreams.
Lucas, man, I don't know, this guy's had like such an insane 2 minutes, keeps them in the fight once more with another multi-kill on another disadvantageous last position. That's 0 for 2 now on Uber ad last pushes for MANDEM. The first one thwarted by the Thomas back cap, the second one by the stickies from Lucas, and now Witness, they're looking to walk forward, they're looking to take some space to mid, and MANDEM, they will have to retreat this one. June still only at 60%. They've got runs, maybe going for something cheeky behind here into lower, might be looking for a force.
Yeah, he's just being such an annoyance here. Takes down Hugo, gets the force out with the big bomb in from Haunts there, but they might lose 2 players for this. Not necessarily what you really want out of this. June has stayed alive, however, can they mount a push on Witness to push this a little bit further?
I wonder if his run's going to get denied this forward spawn. It's fairly close, does get denied, and that means that MANDEM are going to be a whole lot slower getting themselves ready into mid. But it is an advantage, and it's a pretty sizable advantage as well. They can maybe wait for these spawners and look to go. Auto still only at 55% Uber. There's about another 15 seconds of time for MANDEM to go for this, and they're grouping in lower. They want to go.
This is their only opportunity, though, because you're not going to be able to leapfrog much off this. They actually send 2 into Saw, getting Zoe down straight away. That's one player. The other has to run all the way back, taken down. It's going to be the back cap attempt coming in. It's going to be an Uber charge, chasing all the way back onto this second, and it's a big, scrappy fight coming out here. June not able to hit the arrow. Hugo coming in, helping clean up Zams during all this, and now it's looking catastrophic for the MANDEM as Witness Gaming coming into this second full force.
They're really looking good here. Boulder up against the world and only manages to find one. But that one might be enough for the moment because Rons has actually caught Lucas. So this Uber add into last is maybe not as scary as it once was. MANDEM still a long way behind with Uber chargers, still waiting for their spawner. But Lucas another 4 seconds in the respawn queue. June is going to be close to an Uber by the time that Lucas is here and ready to use this in.
Yeah, it's going to be so to the wire on this push hit on MANDEM if they want to wait all the way for Lucas here. June already on 70% Uber, probably can get this during the fight, but they're going to use it so quickly here. Straight onto the sentry gun on the left-hand side. They want to try to get some cap time here, just edging out Zam to det those stickies, and it's Haunt actually the first death here. Can this heavy come out and do enough damage to stop them getting 90%. On the point? It's a scout getting so much cap time, and that's all it takes. Ixie runs on straight afterwards. No one able to respond. Witness 2-0 up.
It's down to those fine margins once again, as we saw June almost getting an Uber charge back up, but Lucas definitely the star of this round with this original play here and also later on the last. This could have been 1-1 very, very easily, but Lucas, man, this guy just comes back to the game and is on a roll.
He's just such an X-Factor player. You can never count him out. He can always turn the tides here. And currently, the waves are all behind Witness Gaming with 8 minutes to go. It needs to speed up here for MANDEM. They need to get themselves back into this game.
They absolutely do. Not long left, 7.5 minutes, and Runs knows that time is of the essence. A bomb's very, very deep onto Auto. Hugo's taken down 2, but June down to 5 HP. The health bars on MANDEM all so low, but it doesn't matter because they're keeping their players alive just about. Slivers of HP all around as Witness. They know they're down players. They have to back up. They have to concede ground. They have to even back out all the way into lobby as MANDEM cap mid. Second point might be pretty free as well here.
But look at their positioning here on Witness. They are positioning like they want to take some sort of fight. They want to take a safe fight here, but they don't necessarily want to go for anything crazy, and they do decide to just back out, seeing if they can get a cheeky pick, make it a little harder for the MANDEM to get in through here, but it's a bomb straight away, unable to get anything.
Early sack attempt there. boLAND not quite able to finish with that kill onto Ixie with the chip shots, but Ron's actually just going to go straight in already. Maybe try and find some space because they know with the gun down and with so little time on the clock, they have to be pushing this one quickly. Ron's bombs it in straight in onto Lucas, who nearly goes down. Thomas does fall though, so the pressure can perhaps continue.
Yeah, they've gotten 2 picks off of this. Everyone can get held up. They can try to go for something. There's no sentry gun. It's just a heavy here. It looks like they want to mount some sort of push over on this left-hand side. Pressure coming in from Zoe, from the shutter doors as well. It's the Uber in. It's onto the heavy here. They do force things out here. But what else can they do here? Witness Gaming so well positioned for this post-Uber compared to the MANDEM. Bombs coming in, but Hugo coming in with big damage, getting a kill there, trying to get some cap time, but unable to get anything. It's just Zams and Ron's alive, and you have to think these man not able to take down the beast that is the Witness Gaming last hold.
Again, so well coordinated from Witness. As soon as the Ubers are fading, the soldiers are collapsing in right the millisecond as them Ubers are unflashed. Hugo and Papi doing monumental amounts of damage there. And MANDEM, it's a full wipe. 5 minutes left to play. They have to make something work, and Haunt is going to try and be the one to make it happen. Bombs in. Does not manage to get the kill onto Auto, who is very, very fortunate to be alive there. Great bit of work there, surfing up onto the logs.
Yeah, Haunt has had so many opportunities and got away with it so many times to just get onto Auto and inopportune times and just manage to get those key crucial forces, but unable to this time. And it's going to put MANDEM straight onto the back foot as the Witness Gaming boys are charging their way forward in through the story. Uber's out onto Lucas. Their pants down on this high ground area here. June uses the Uber last second. There's a scout in behind, but actually dies there to Hugo. Oh, what's going on here? Can they get any more kills? It's so back and forth. There's players on each side here. It's looking like it's going the way of Witness Gaming here.
Absolutely. It looked messy. I really thought when June got the Uber charge up, it might have been good for them, but now MANDEM, they have one hope left, and that is boLAND. And boLAND has crumbled under the pressure of Witness Gaming, who walk forward. It's 6v1. It's going to be 3-0, and I've got to say, this is looking like a first map for Witness Gaming.
They have looked so strong throughout this whole map here, have Witness Gaming. It just looks like the speed on them is so hard for the MANDEM here. They are not expecting them just to take these fights. Sometimes they take it slow and they don't need to go for anything, but sometimes they are so explosive here, and it's just messing with the head of the MANDEM here. They need to put in some work to make this map possible.
They absolutely do. There is technically time if they are to be incredibly fast here, as Zams, the talisman, walking forward, the furthest forward from the team, trying to spam some damage across, try to make some of these players on Witness Gaming weak. Ron's the first one to bomb up high. Haunt's following into Haunt's in onto Auto, does a whole lot of damage, but Auto, the Dukes are there, and not quite there enough though, as now basically everyone on the server's dying. Only 2v2 left alive. Now boLAND versus Lucas in a bit of a fight underneath. You know, I don't want to write off Lucas here because he might just win these, and he is winning it so far.
It's just simple. He just has it like that here. But yeah, it's a messy fight. It's not one that the MANDEM really are going to be happy with, right? It's not going to be able to convert to a round anytime soon.
There's a cheer for that one. The crowd seems to like that.
That's
from Zams.
all that matters though at this point, right? It's Zams winning out the 1v1 with Lucas, slamming his dick onto the table there.
Absolutely. EZ in the chat. Of course it is, but unfortunately not too EZ in the game here for MANDEM. They're 3 rounds down. We are into garbage time now. They're going to have to settle for the fact they're going a round down, and dare I say, this was MANDEM's map pick. This was the map that they first picked. They decided Snakewater was where they felt the most confident, and it hasn't looked great so far because Witness, they're holding strong, and again, they're on the back foot for a moment, but Witness, they're looking good to take this.
Yeah, they want to make this, you know, an absolute sweep if they can. They want to make this as horrible of an experience for the MANDEM. They want to completely break their mental here. However, there's just an Uber being used in from lower on boLAND here. Manages to take down Papi, but that's about all she wrote during this. Trying to get the force out onto Auto, unable to get it. No, not a care in the world for this scout running at him.
There's something about watching these top-level medics, the disrespect that they can show sometimes when they know that they can hang on and they can really milk to the last possible moment. It's fantastic to see Auto, a fine example of it right there. And again, it is garbage time. Doesn't matter exactly because map 1 is as good as done and dusted. But this is good for the confidence for moving forward. MANDEM would really not like it if they were getting swept 3-0, potentially 4-0 as well if things continue to spiral the way that they currently are, because Boulder and Sniper not able to land anything so far, as pressure coming in already up onto the second point, and it looks like this might be getting capped up.
Yeah, as I said, Witness, they're not going to take it easy on these MANDEM boys. They are going to want to push them all the way to their limits. And that's exactly what they've been doing this entire game here. It just hasn't felt like the MANDEM have really had their stride. They've had the opportunities to get in. They've had those uber advantages. They've been given all the space in the world, but they've been unable to convert throughout this entire thing. Just some crazy plays coming out from Lucas here. Just some huge denials coming out from the Witness Gaming soldiers of Hugo and papi. It just thwarted the hopes and dreams of MANDEM on this first map.
Hugo's going in for some fun, peeking in insanely deep. How on earth has he got in this far? Not going to land a hero shot though.
Yeah, it's never an easy shot to hit there. You're never too sure where the medic is actually going to be, and if it's even going to be possible to hit that shot here. But we are just into funny times. Let some funny things happen. Let their mentals break here. The rest of the Witness Gaming, they're just chilling, man. They don't mind the clock ticking down to these last final seconds.
They absolutely don't. With 16 seconds left, it's either going to be 3-0 or it's going to be 4-0. And at this point, with Auto dying before the push comes in, I think it might be staying as 3-0. 10 seconds tick down, and Witness, what a performance it has been. Commanding. They have made a statement here in this grand final. Yes, the upper bracket final was close, but Witness, they have come to play in this game. This is them at their full strength, at their mightiest. And it has been too much for MANDEM on map 1.
Yeah, they are showing in this game why they are regarded as the best team in Europe and potentially the best team in the entire world here. And that's a fantastic first performance. Honestly, this Witness team looks different from what they did yesterday. I think they were a little shaky from that second day. I think that one loss to the big bloke LAN team maybe sent a couple of jitters to them, but I know they've been doing the homework. I've seen them sitting in the booths, looking at demos, seeing what they can do, doing their research the entire time here, and I think they'll be really, really happy with taking MANDEM's map choice.
Yeah, well, we've got potentially up to 4 more maps still left to play, but Witness maybe hoping it doesn't go all that way. But so we finished Snakewater now. Let's go and dissect it, because I see that we have some analysts there over on our couches. Let's shoot over to TurboTabs.
Come on, squeeze in. Oh no, we're scared. We're not sure. We're questioning ourselves. Maybe, possibly putting drinks down. Okay, I do have an analyst couch. It's slowly filling. Let's see who we end up with. All right, gentlemen, welcome. Obviously, you've all just been watching the games. You've all come from playing the LAN, but now you're watching the LAN. Obviously, not everybody knows who you are from the LAN, so just go down the line one by one with the microphone. Lucky, you start. You just tell,
Hello, my name is Lucky, and I play for the Dogs.
Hello, my name is Danny, and I also play for the Dogs.
Hello, I'm Triple, and I play for Blocking Hazard.
Hey, I'm Kaya. I play for Blocking Hazard also.
Magical. All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on the couch. Lucky, I'll start with you. First impressions about this grand final. To say this is the map of MANDEM, it didn't really look like it.
No, I don't know why they picked this map, I'll be honest. When you look at Snakewater, it's a slow map in general, and Witness Gaming's playstyle is all slow. And they love Snakewater. They love playing this map. I am confused by the pick. However, it's game 1 in a best of 5. There were certain maps left in the pool, to be honest with you. So, I feel like, water under the bridge. Throw this one away. Move on to the next one.
Danny. What went wrong, in your opinion, on this map?
I mean, Witness had some really good takes on how to break that Snake last hold. I mean, usually MANDEM are very good on Snake. They know what they're doing. That last hold is very tough to crack, but I think they were very quick to not do the default stuff of just skipping a soldier through left. They were on man treads pretty quickly. They were trying different things, and they were getting some pretty decent success. But honestly, playing against a team like Witness, if you're any team, the biggest difference is any tiny mistake you make, and you could tell really on MANDEM's end, sometimes a situation where only one person is supposed to die, all of a sudden 3 people are dead, 1 point lost turns into 2 or 3, and it all just snowballs from there. So MANDEM, I think maybe they need to just, slow it down a little bit. I know Snake is already a small map, but next up is Product. I think that's more down their lane. They can cause some more chaos, get some more people, getting for some plays. I think they have great players, and now Triple is going to tell us what he thinks.
Well, that first map, every single time I saw a last push, as a Pocket Scout player myself, I've been told all the time, get cap time. Never happened. It's really sad to see because Boulder is so good and it's such a foundational thing, but I think the pressure of the game might just be getting slightly to them, in my honest opinion. But I wonder what KO thinks, if he's not listening, that is.
KO, take the mic.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think MANDEM super well. I think personally June is perfect. She's just goated. Boulder obviously also perfect.
I mean, if they're such a perfect team,
They're
KO,
just
why did they
playing
lose
super well.
3-0 on Snakewater? Why did they lose, KO? Why? How?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Get
Give
him
me
off
that
the-
microphone
get
back. Kick him out. Boo. Boo that
He's
man.
been relegated.
All right, Lucky. Apparently they're the perfect specimen over on MANDEM, but yet they still lost to the perfect light form of Witness. So obviously it's not looking good. Usually your first map pick is your best hope in going into this grand final, and you fall flat on your face. Can you dust yourself off if you're MANDEM?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've got the experience to back them up now. I feel like it's, like I said before, water under the bridge, move on with your lives, and they'll play the next map even stronger. And what we do know about Witness, they don't like to play Koth, and we've got a Koth map coming up next. They don't like to play Koth because it's risky. You'll go up against an Inso sniper. He's so capable. Zamzon Demo is going to destroy them. They're going to have a great time on that map. And if there's a map where they're going to, have a little bit of contention, some back and forth, I mean, 3-0 isn't even really a big scoreline. It's still all to play for.
Danny, I was in the booth with MANDEM. I'm going to tell you some symptoms of their tilt. You tell me if they've, you be Dr. Danny, and you tell me if they are truly tilted. So we had haunts slamming desks. We had, blessed be, Boulder swore at his teammates. Yeah, I know. I'll be damned. And what else? I think we also had June was just casually just going like, we've got Uber, hello, and all this. Does this sound like a tilted team, or is it quite good to let out your frustrations?
I think it's just emotions getting through. These guys, Witness look more vulnerable than ever this LAN. They even dropped a map to Big Book LAN in the group stage. If there was ever a time to beat them and make a statement for yourself as a team and really put yourself out there, this is it. So these players, they're probably, in their deepest dreams, this is the game, right? This is the chance you have to beat Witness, humiliate them before they go to Denver trying to prove themselves on the world stage, and you get to take away even the domestic title from them right here.
Well, apparently they're living the dream, Triple, but it looks all more like a nightmare at the moment right now. How do you turn it around in a map like Product? What do you think you want to see out of MANDEM?
I think they just need a bit of a mental reset. That first round went, and then it just kept snowballing after that. Especially like Danny said on Product, they can definitely cause some mayhem here. And even speaking to like Zoe earlier, he said it was very shaky in that first map against Four Fence earlier. But
yeah, don't worry, they're forgotten about now. Literal who's? They're not in my grand final. I don't care about them anymore. But yeah, carry on with this Product breakdown.
But yeah, I'm hoping to see a Zoe masterclass for sure. Boulder, I think if they just go back, get the basics all set out, they just trust each other a little bit more on those basics. I can see them taking the series.
I want old MANDEM back. That's what I'm hearing, Triple. I want old MANDEM back.
Maybe a fancy was here, but hey.
Oh, hey, Lou.
Not listening in the crowd, unfortunately.
Yeah. Don't worry, boys. I found him. He's in Twitch chat. He's in Twitch chat.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy. There you are. Hey. All right, I think we've got the majority of the MANDEM players and the Witness players in the server. I'm going to leave you with just, last couple of final words. Maybe, whatever you want to say. Maybe nice words to Witness, nice words to MANDEM, maybe nice words to the stream. What do you say, Lucky? What do you have to close out on?
Witness, just, they were proving time and time again why they're the best team in Europe, and MANDEM trying to challenge that, and we love that.
Danny?
Yeah, let's go to MANDEM. Hans and me, we go way back. Baldur has been on fire this LAN. Thomas has looked untouchable, but Baldur is nearly there. He can match him for sure. And shout out to Mafia.
Triple?
Winners are showing that old unks can learn new tricks, and MANDEM are showing that new gens can also learn new tricks. And also, a quick little shout out to Hexery.
All right, shout outs all around. Big shout out to the casters who we're going to throw it to right now.
Thank you very much, Turbo. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome yourselves back. We are going here to map 2. It is going to be product after a strong-looking Snakewater performance by Witness Gaming. I am joined here by Ben Pink Leotard. Ben, product, different map, king of the hill here. Usually not chaotic, usually very fast-paced. What do you think we're going to see out of this map?
It's hard to say, because if you were to ask me what is the most different map to Snakewater in the entire pool and how it plays, I'm saying product, right? Like you say, it's lightning fast, it's energetic, it's constant aggression, constant playing off of advantages, constant back and forth. There's not really an opportunity to sort of dig the trenches and bunker down, right? It's king of the hill, you can't do that, and product even more so. And we're going to see some high-octane action. We might see snipers. I think we saw in ETF12, we saw Ixie take up sniper and Papi go on to scout. That's a possibility for Witness. I can't remember who they demolished in the ETF12 season with that, but they absolutely rolled someone there. I think I remember Ixie going something outrageous, like 26-3 or something on it. Like it's one of those where you can really go all out. There's so much you can expect, and what we can even expect is a heavy fist fight, because both of these teams want to play the same colour.
Yeah, they absolutely do. It's going to be Haunts for the MANDEM versus Auto here. It's looking good for both, but it's Haunts winning out to the heavy fist fight, allowing his team to play onto blue here. They were heavily contesting this through the whole pregame. No one wanted to give this up.
You can tell when like all 12 players go into one of the teams, and like, that's when you know that there's going to have to be a fist fight to solve this one. But it seems to me like it's going to be MANDEM electing to go for the blue team for this one. And we were discussing the pregame, right? That like you normally don't see heavy fist fights for this. Like the only times you ever see it are on product, or when someone's playing 4-fence and they want them to not be blue to get in their heads, right? That's the only times we ever see it. But on product, like, it does make a genuine difference in some situations because of, like, the map's mirrored. It's not, like, rotated.
Yeah.
So if you're shooting rockets from the right-hand side from, like, a stock rocket launcher, you get slightly different spam angles.
Yeah, it's such a minor thing, but I think, once you're at this sort of level, it's the sort of things that can matter here. Another thing about product is you can run a perma sniper here, Ben. And we have seen that from Ixie previously. I mean, you were saying online he did really well, but he's also played at LAN a little bit. I was talking a little bit to Warped. He wasn't saying it was that scary, though, so I don't know what to think, but 28-6 speaks volumes to me.
It absolutely does. It's one of those things. I feel like with sniper on product, it's like a lot of it depends, A, on the sniper, and B, on just the day of the week, right? Like sometimes it just works. A sniper just starts hitting shots, and like it's like the worst bit about sniper on product, right? Is like the counter strat to sniper is, just bomb them, right? Just send soldiers in. But like occasionally the sniper just headshots the bombing soldier, and it's like, well, all right then. Well, what's the counterplay to that? And well, there isn't.
We will have to see if this comes to fruition. However, as we are taking you live to this second map of your poLAND 2025 Grand Finals, Witness Gaming up one map. Let's see what they can do. It's cookie cutter from both teams.
Well, it's cookie cutter apart from one thing, because June is rolling out on the Crits Creek. She wants to bring in this trump card onto this first mid and perhaps catch Witness Gaming off guard.
Yeah, this could be a bit of an X factor here. It does build extremely, extremely fast here. They're going to be sending some bombs behind, sending a little bit of early aggression, sending these Witness Gaming boys actually a little further back than they would like to. It does have the crit now here. It's coming out. What can it get? Oh, 3 kills straight away. June does go down there, but surely you'll think they're going to get the point for this.
But does Auto get out here? Tomas 20 HP. They're really chasing. They're really trying to get these retreating players, but they do not quite manage to get onto them. Yes, the kills come through. There's lots of point pressure for Witness, but now the Uber advantage is sitting over with the red side. And is that a Huntsman I see on Boulder?
No, it looks
no,
like
it's a sniper.
It's
Okay, it's a hood issue. It's a hood issue. It's the regular sniper.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit too crazy. But during all this, even though they got all those picks, they were not able to get the capture point for the side of the MANDEM here. So it is going to be an Uber used out from Witness Gaming. They are going forward Lucas Tank going absolutely crazy here. Sam's trying to find a crazy play in return, unable to here, and now this just sets up Witness Gaming for a forward hold straight away. There's a Boulder Spy though.
There is, but the thing is, when those Ubers come in and Lucas is the one leading the charge like that, we saw it on Snakewater and we've seen it again. This man is just so damn consistent at chasing players down with these Ubers.
Stab onto the scout there. That's no Tomas. Go damage
Revolver,
onto Auto
Revolver,
here. He's
Revolver.
1 HP. Someone follow this up. Please, Auto goes down there. Huge stuff coming out from the MANDEM.
They fight back, and they fight back in a big way. The Spy, I thought the Revolver was just about going to do the damage, but it is followed up regardless. Now Auto in a long respawn, but June has decided to stay on the crit streak. She's trusting it, and she's trusting Zams to hit some great sticky bombs with it. Point finally going to be starting to get edged out here, but Witness have already got a minute on the clock, and Lucas has been caught out too.
Yeah, Lucas overextended just a little bit, allowing them to cap the point for free, and no demo man alive here might be really, really crucial here. They're ready to pop this whenever they see the head.
So
The
ready.
It's popped out. Can Zams find anything? He was successful before. One pipe. However, in the background, Haunts has gone down on that big bomb, and that's all they're going to get.
Yeah, really well played from Witness. They're completely nullifying that crit streak, and it's a bit awkward there from Zams. Not able to get much at all, and now Auto with Uber advantage, but Auto has to be careful because despite the advantage, he doesn't actually have an Uber charge to use yet, and with Hugo going down, Papi going down too, MANDEM, they can fight this, they can bomb in, and they can try and collapse on these retreating Witness Gaming players. There's only 2 of them alive. Auto doesn't have Uber. Auto's getting chased by Boulder. They might just catch this.
Yeah, Boulder and Ron's deep in here, but not quite able. They knew they had that scout coming out, but look at this. They're going to have crits coming up, and they are just ticking down the time on the clock. Even now, with Witness Gaming in this forward hold here, making life as difficult for them as possible, and this is really, really nice stuff.
Forward with crits though, which is a really odd situation. It's not something you see too often, but the Pyro walking in, June unable to flash any players to keep them alive here. Should a push come through, and Ron's has already fallen victim to this aggression. Ix is going to run back to change offers. The Uber charge comes in from Auto. Remember, June has the crits. They cannot trade Ubers here on MANDEM. They have to retreat. They have to give it up. And to be honest, for MANDEM, this is mission success because now the crits can come back in. Lucas down already. Will he find any more?
Yeah, great first sticky, but he can't find anything else here as Tomas is cleaning up house here. However, it looks like more WG players falling here, as it's looking good for the MANDEM, keeping June up. This crit streak working once again.
Absolutely, and it's the thing normally with the crits. Like we're seeing lots of teams like they always go for the Medicrat and the crits. But what Zams has done twice so far this game already has caught Lucas, and we've said how big of an impact player Lucas can be. And now, speaking of impact, we've seen Inzo on Sniper earlier on this tournament has hit some crazy shots. Here's a chance for another one peeking in over towards this Witness combo.
Yeah, first shot does not ring out, and now the Witness Gaming players aware of it. Soldier bombing in behind it is Papi straight onto this Sniper, not able to get anything straight away, but Horn's going down in the background. June catches a stray pipe from Lucas.
Oh, it's absolute catastrophe now for the side of MANDEM, losing nigh on everyone. Bombs come in, rockets out onto Inzu, who falls down into the grave. Full advantage for Auto. Going to be a forward hold potentially. Papi's a late spawner, so maybe not the most rigid one, but Lucas is aggressive, and Auto and the gang are all holding on grass.
Yeah, this Uber advantage is going to be so big for Witness. You may be able to bust this, but you still have to defeat an Uber charge, and that is not an easy thing. Is Inso getting in, getting that first reflect, letting the rest of his team come in pretty freely. Haunts nearly loses his life there. Is not what he would have wanted to start things out. And now they get to kind of walk forward a little bit, but they're a little bit scared. There is always the scary possibility of just getting used into. So you probably want to send bombs in or get a miracle sticky. As look at Zav, he's the one to watch. Can he find a pick onto Auto? 180 onto Lucas, unable to find anything. Uber is forced out here. Can they find anything with this chase? It's 2 picks here from Ixie, traded back for Hugo, but that's not a bad situation to be in if you're Witness Gaming.
Absolutely not. That could have been so scary. Lucas just a few centimeters away from that sticky, doesn't quite take lethal damage and is still here in the fight, but Zam's again so damn close with these critters as they come in. But now the timer ticks below 30 seconds. Witness looking good in this first round, but MANDEM, they're pushing back in, they're really trying to get something going, but papi is doing such a good job at delaying here that Witness, this timer's ticked down so far.
Yeah, they are getting a lot of aggression in here, but it is thwarted back straight away from Witness. Do lose Hugo doing all this. So actually, it's looking pretty decent for the side of the MANDEM. There's constant damage and back and forth fighting from both teams. Securing the point is that team of the MANDEM. They do have a tiny crit advantage. Do they do something with this?
He's got to go and try for it, surely. Zams getting ready. Auto, 95%, 98% Auto does have Uber, but Zams has a crit, and he looks like he's teeing up to use it. Charging the sticky, fires the sticky, does not get the kill because Auto uses the regular Uber. Going to bomb across the point now, 6 seconds on that Witness clock. If they can just get on it, this might just tick down. Zams getting caught too. Witness, they're looking so good for this first round, but it's all about the collapse. Can they stay alive here?
Yeah, the positioning is just so good from Witness. They are absolutely deleting these players trying to get in behind it. It is Inso though. Can he go huge here? Finds 1 shot, finds 2 shot, finds 3 onto Auto, but that's all he's going to get here. It's just June left alive, 5 seconds on the clock. And it's got to be Witness Gaming taking this first round, but they put up a fight and a half on MANDEM.
They absolutely did. And I've got to say, these critters, they have looked scary, but it's just been a couple of seconds off some of these times. This is clearly a pocket strat they've come into this game with. They have clearly let product come through and thought, you know what, we're going to bring it to them with the Crits Krieg, at least in the first round, and we are going to try and make it work and really throw a wrench into the works on this one. Witness good against the task on the first round, and now June has decided that she wants to go back over to the stock Medigun.
Yeah, I think this is the correct play here. I think the surprise factor of the Crits Krieg is pretty much over now. They've been playing around it really well on this Witness Gaming side, but I think they have the caliber to take it to Witness in this Uber v Uber. We've seen Boulder take some really great trades before, and I think we'll probably see more of that. Double bomb straight away from Witness Gaming soldiers. Can they find too much with it? Not at all. Actually, they've taken the flank side, but they've rotated around it really well. And now look at this. It's Hugo against the world, and he's unable to find anything here. Ixie gets Zams in the background though.
Yeah, this is getting weird, and now June's gone down 2 to a sticky from Lucas. And Witness, we said before, it wasn't looking too great after they lose their flank, but it turns out everyone else just collapsed in and done well, basically all of it. So Lucas going to be the last one fighting here, taken down in a rather comedic fashion there from Rons. But Witness are the ones that are laughing at the end of the day. They've got such a big Uber advantage. They've brought up their own sniper, and yeah, they're down a demo for a few seconds, but they're the first ones to get time on the clock.
Yeah, they're absolutely fine with the way this has turned out so far here. Taking that first capture, giving themselves an Uber advantage on this one. It is going to be a sniper v sniper. We do see Inzo on the sniper here, so it's going to be a first fight here on China. 150 coming out from Hugo, has to back up now. And this is just a slow game that you have to play, and it's Hugo winning it out.
Really nice stuff there, 450 damage, not leaving anything, and hits the second one as well. That's absolutely outrageous from Hugo. He is clearly feeling it now, peeking in, trying it to look for more. But MANDEM, they don't want anything of it just yet. They're rotating round to Japan. There's sticky shots to clear here before they can push up. But the time has ticked away quite a fair bit. Witness, this has been a good hold. It's been a whole minute.
Hugo watching this angle though, and June knows it, doesn't want to peek ahead, does manage to get through successfully there, but this is the clock ticking down. They're going to want to be taking a trade here on MANDEM. They're putting some pressure onto the point, asking Witness Gaming, come fight me. The Uber comes out, also uses so much later though. He's going to have such a big advantage from this, but the players so far back on this MANDEM side here, but they need to deny these sight lines.
They absolutely do. Hugo has already looked good so far, and Hugo again! What has this man had for breakfast?
He's definitely had his Weetabix here at LAN. Oh, come on.
Oh, what is this? What? Someone check his PC. Oh! This is not normally! Hugo! You menace!
Hugo!
What?
I have never seen something like that. That is Piscari-esque. That might be one of the best sniper clips I've seen in years.
That's outrageous, man. This guy hasn't missed a shot all map.
And now, what can MANDEM do? What can they say in response to that?
How do you push into that? How genuinely, if you're MANDEM, I'm terrified here. I'm not walking forward. My team says walk up to that sniper. Not a chance.
Well, luckily, June does have an Uber charge to use here. So invulnerability is generally pretty good against a sniper here. And that's exactly what they decided to do. They are sending in a soldier with his scout, but they're not even getting close to Auto. He is not even taking a chip shot of damage here. They are getting a lot of cap time. However, that's about all they're going to get. Sending a couple of players behind here onto this grass area. All they're doing, though, is losing Inzo.
They are, and now they're losing a lot of health and some other players as well. Ron's very, very weak. They're going to have to back up eventually as Hugo just keeps ringing out shots across this point. Big damage there over onto Zams, and it's only a matter of time before Witness cap up this point again. 54 seconds on the clock, and Witness Gaming, they are cruising here in round number 2. Round 1 was close. This one has been a bit more of a washout.
Yeah, they've looked so strong during this round. I think the surprise factor of the crits maybe caught them off guard, made it a little more difficult. It is Horns up on the sniper instead of Inso. They are favoring that double scout, a little more chase opportunity potentially, but Hugo is just absolutely on his game, hitting another 150 damage. And now only 30 seconds down on the clock. You feel that they need to do something here. They need to do something special if they're the MANDEM.
They absolutely have to go for something here. Like you say, 15 seconds left. Uber charge nearly there for June, but you almost think, is there even time for this? Trades come through. They're going to have to start getting some cap time at some point. And with Inza going down at the worst possible timing, I think this is looking odds on for a 2-0, as Hugo just keeps hitting these. It's hardly worth even commenting on them at this point because Hugo does not seem to miss. The Uber trade, though, has gone 1-for-1 so far in terms of frags, and actually Thomas takes it both falling down. Means there is potential maybe for MANDEM later on if they could win these MGE fights. But Inzo Horns have a lot on their plate still. As Witness, they're just sitting on the point.
Yeah, they are winning this one out slowly but surely here. Getting these kills, Lucas has just been so goddamn good during this map here. And as overtime rings out, a pause comes through here. Tactical timeout from the side of the MANDEM. A correct decision in my opinion, Ben.
They have to change something. They absolutely have to change something. They've tried the crits, didn't work. Round 2, they tried going stock Uber, and let's be real, this man on our screens right now kind of ended those dreams for a while. So many good shots. This last one was this. That is absolutely what, like...
The crowd love it, though. They love this man. They love those shots, and that was an absolute masterclass here. They need to change up something here. They're just not able to get into this backline, I think. Every time they seem to get a player in behind, they are instantly denied by this flank. They just kite it so well on the Witness Gaming side, get held up a little bit, don't allow them to get anywhere near their sniper, and then they just get one pick, they roll things a little bit forward. Lucas just has absolute control of the point, and they just had absolutely no answer on this MANDEM side.
They absolutely did. They've got to change something, and I think it's, as much as I think it can be strong on this map, Sniper hasn't worked for MANDEM. They've tried it on 3 players now. It's Horns, Inzo and Boulder have all had turns on it. None of them have really got anything rolling with it. And they've just been taking these sniper v snipers, right? They've been losing them out every single time. I think they've got to go for something different. Maybe something more aggressive. Maybe try and go for some people behind. You know, maybe just try and bring the fight to Witness for this 3rd round.
They potentially pull out the Crits Creek here, right? I mean, we could see it come out once again. It did work before.
Round, surely.
I mean, at least for, you know, this first kind of attempt, right? If you capture this mid, maybe you can get a little more momentum going, and that's what we saw them doing previously, was play off that momentum and keep things going, and they made it a really close round because, yeah, that one, it just didn't look particularly close. It was 2 minutes 15 left on the clock for MANDEM.
Well, here we go. Do or die on product for MANDEM. It's not been the series that they've dreamed of here. Losing 3-0 on the first map, eyeing down a potential 3-0 here on the second 2. As Witness, they have come to play. This is the best I've seen them play all season, offline, online. They have just looked like an impenetrable fortress.
Yeah, I mean, they're just on another level today, looking a little shaky yesterday. They were brought to 3-2 on this map yesterday. They did eventually win it out, but it's a team that got, what, 5th place, I think, the big blokes in the end of things, or maybe even a little bit lower.
Yeah, they lost to Venom Crest, didn't they, in the lower bracket games? Yeah, they were 5th, 6th tied, I think, or maybe 5th.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but yeah, they didn't make it today. They were out last night.
Yeah, exactly. So didn't even make it to day 3, and they did bring it to them. So it shows Witness Gaming, they can lose on this map here. You got to get a little bit of confidence from that, but it's hard for the MANDEM, because if they lose this, it's only one more map. They have to make the reverse sweep. They have to make the dream come true here, and that's going to be such a hard job. They've been playing for hours and hours since 5 p.m. here. It's been so long for them, and do you think maybe there's just no juice left in the tank?
It's one of those things, because it isn't just that they've played for a long time. Like, it's the manner that last series went down in. There was golden mids, golden caps, every single map going down just to the absolute wire against Forfence. And again, for them, it's like it's shades of their ETF12 Grand Final against Forfence, right? The last time they choked, this time they're probably elated. They've survived the choke. It was Metalworks golden cap again, and this time they pushed through. But like the energy it takes to do that, it must really sap, because there's a break and then there's this game, and I don't know. The mental on MANDEM's got to be tough if they're to come back here.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough either way you look at it, but if we, look at the story of Witness Gaming here, they're coming here to show they are the best team in Europe, and not only that they're the best team in Europe, they are potentially the best team in the entire world. Papi's been saying in all his interviews, this is essentially just a warm-up LAN for them. All they care about is coming here, showing they're the best, playing against this in LAN competition, ready to fight those top teams in America and in Australia.
Can you repeat that a second? Did I just hear the concept of a warm-up LAN?
Yeah.
A warm-up LAN?
Yeah, Papi was like,
that is the most confident phrase I've ever heard in my entire life. A warm-up LAN against the best teams in Europe. Who do they think they are? The best team ever?
This is the caliber of team that Witness Gaming are. However, we are back live. It's do or die on this product map, as Witness Gaming looked dominant last time. 2 rounds up to 0.
Here we go. They've got to try and make something count. They've got to reverse sweep this product map to not go 2 down in the series. As we see the first mid-fight taking away. Haunts firing across a good sniper shot there over onto the flank of Hugo. But it's all about these soldiers on Witness who've got behind, and they're really causing a menace in this flank once again.
Boulder going down there early, wanted to get that chase in, unable to find the kills, however. And now look at this. Witness Gaming destroying these players who contest them. Have a nice pipe from Zam. Might keep things in. Is Hugo going in deep? He's contested by the man himself of Zams. He's so low HP. Boulder coming in to save him. Can he survive for 1 second more? He's desperately wanting an arrow, and he absolutely can. Are they 5 on the server?
They're not 5 on the server. This is a HUD issue, I believe, here. So credit to this, it's a HUD issue. So anyone watching, it's not 5v6, it's 6v6. There's a reason I'm deliberately not calling out how many players are live on each of these teams at every moment, because now an Uber trade is going on. And Witness, they are just trying to scramble. Thomas trying to Boston bash and jump all the way up there onto China, and might be paying the price for it here unless he just wins his way out of the situation. Never mind, he's Thomas. I forgot, didn't I? Just comes in and kills everyone.
Just hit every shot and you will surely win every fight. Big stuff coming out from Thomas on that chase, and they've just given so much control to this Witness Gaming side here. Already a minute down on the clock, and MANDEM, they haven't even been able to step on this point. Not even a pinky toe has gone past their own rock here, and now it is just so difficult for them to try to get back into things. It is even Ubers. No Ubers let him play yet here. Ron's getting in a little bit of aggression, trying to let his scouts get a little bit of cap time. This Hugo sniper is always a threat.
It absolutely is. And this SMG, this time rather than the rifle, before he plummets to his doom, falling from the balcony. 2 for 2 though. Is it going to benefit the attacking side here, as MANDEM have taken space onto the point, and Thomas falling at the hands of the sniper from Haunt is going to mean that MANDEM can think about walking forwards here. Auto has to use the Uber, and June is so far away. This Uber charge gets nothing other than a few more seconds on the block.
Either way, this is a good time though, right? Like, you are just denying this cap for that little bit longer. it's brought it down to a minute. Luckily, June did get out. I think the plan was obviously to force June, keep that cap time going, make it into a scrappy fight. Luckily, they get out here, so June going to have that fully advantage, and they are holding on to this point. This is a good time for them, but look at this. It's a bomb onto Zams. Zams will be going out. The force comes out here. They're doing so much here on the Witness Gaming side, completely denying any idea that they might get a forward hold in. And there's still a scout in behind. Hits 2 shots. Tomas, you should not be winning those.
Did they just get a force and 3 kills on a sack with?
Yeah, they did. It just took 1 soldier for the force, 1 got onto Zand. Tomas just walks in, somehow gets the picks. They need to worry about this Haunt Sniper, but they're so aware of him. And look how unhealthy he is before he's even seen a head.
Yeah, can't do anything from this position unless they start walking up concrete, where he's going to go for a shot. Does not ring out true as Witness. 2 frags for the good already, and they are getting themselves onto this point. Remember, it's uber advantage for Witness. They can start walking forward on this. They can start taking names. They can start taking frags as 4 players now down. Make that 5 because Zams gets caught later on by Tomas. The cap, they're waiting for that last spawner before they cap it up and deny. Never mind, they just cap it out regardless because they know there is 1 minute left on this Witness Gaming clock before they go 2-0 up in maps in the grand final.
This is honestly disrespectful gameplay that's coming out of Witness. They are taking any and every opportunity to go aggressive onto this side of the MANDEM, and it is working supremely well here. Every opportunity that they seem to have on the MANDEM side is just getting deleted. Papi not able to get that kill quite. He's desperately going for something here, but being chased down. Ubers have come out here on the side of the MANDEM, and it is a return as well from Auto there, but it's a lot better for the Witness Gaming team.
It absolutely is. Boulder getting caught there by a pipe from Lucas makes it even better too, because now with 20 seconds left on the clock, they're going to be without a pocket scout for this post fight when MANDEM decide to re-push in. 15 seconds before the map ends. 15 seconds for MANDEM to keep their product dreams alive. Otherwise, Witness Gaming, they're going to go 2-0 up. And look how many players left alive. Only 3 on Witness. There is a chance that MANDEM could get in. They could get a cap up, but even if they do, they have to hold it for 2 whole minutes. Players onto the point. Papi falls, and Lucas is backing up. Never mind, he walks forward. He doesn't back up. He fights tooth and nail to the end. Takes 1 down to the grave with him. And this point will be flipping into the blue, but for how long?
You say that, but the scouts are coming back in for the fight. They didn't want to delay Boulder here, so they have denied it for just a little moment. However, things do calm down. They do manage to cap the point. It's overtime, though, on Witness Gaming. Over 1.5 minutes left they need to defend this point. And with the form that we've seen Witness Gaming on, this is going to have to be an near impossible feat. Boulder going down to Tomas, just running in. Bombs coming into Hong. They're making so much pressure here. They get the force out, lose 2 for it. But Auto, he's high and dry. He's completely out there. There's 1 behind as well here.
Yeah, this behind player, if he doesn't get anything, it's a bit of an unfortunate late death there from Papi, but like another 8 seconds on the respawn is maybe not the worst thing in the world, because there's a whole minute and 10 seconds now. Uber advantage Witness. They can walk in, they can take this at a leisurely stroll if they want, and they can lock in product.
They absolutely can. Uber out from Auto. It's onto Lucas, and he just deletes Zanza. Somehow 2 picks actually going the way of the MANDEM, but they're just standing on cap. They have to contest here, and this is the playground for Lucas as he hits absolutely everything.
Lucas, man, this guy is on fire, and he needs to hit a couple more, and it doesn't even matter because Tomas sweeps up, and Witness Gaming, they're 2-0 up in the series, 3-0 on Snakewater and 3-0 on product. This is a statement.
This is a dominant performance from Witness Gaming. They are here to play, and they are showing it. They are showing that they are absolutely no slackers in this map. What does this mean for MANDEM, Ben?
This is the hardest situation you can ever put a team in. They have to win not only 3 maps in a row, but against the best team.
Yeah.
On the entire side of the Atlantic. That hasn't lost a series on LAN since ever. Well, since I-69, which was 3 years ago. Like, it's so rough. And honestly, like, I'd love to say, I guess Snakewater was close for parts. I think MANDEM had better chances. But this honestly felt like a bit of a blowout.
Yeah, it's been a really, really tough one for MANDEM here. But they've got a little bit of time. We're going to let them chill out a little bit. We're going to let them kind of regroup a little bit. And we're going to let our analyst have a few words. Turbo, take us away.
Oh my God. What a match, and what a spectator group. Everyone is kind of a little bit shell-shocked a bit. Domaytoe, you've joined me on the couch. What were your reactions to the second map of our best of 5? At this rate, it's just going to look like a speedy best of 3.
Honestly, Turbo, I got a level with you this time around, as the grand final sickness is finally something that MANDEM might succumb to. And I can relate to that, just getting the Twitch chat in. Cough, cough, cough. You see, cough is just a LAN sickness, honestly, for them. But I am a mere mediator for all these big brain gamers sitting on the left of me.
Yes, yes. Big brain is exactly the words I would use amongst all these gamers. We're joined with Eon, obviously from Venom Crest. We have dmoule from fourFence, and we have Doughy from fourFence as well. Eon, I'm going to start with you. Is there anything you can pick out from that product that looks a bit weird to you at all?
I think there's a big lack of the classic on this map. It's maybe one of the best unlocks on Sniper. It was so good, even these guys who were talking bad stuff about us, they said, oh, we can beat you, we're gonna own you. There's no, they banned the map anyways. Maybe it's just that good, so I don't know why other teams aren't doing it. They don't have the tech.
I'll ask you one follow-up question about the classic. Do you think any team could just pick up that weapon? Is it really that easy to use?
No, you need the specialist players who know how to play with the gimmicks. Last LAN we had more gimmicks, but this LAN we're taking it more seriously, so we're limiting the gimmicks to only the classic.
I'm going to ask a question to dmoule now. dmoule, this is the map pick from Witness Gaming. Does it look like it was the map pick from Witness Gaming, or are they picking this map just to kind of practice here?
I mean, it is a pretty comfy draft for Witness so far. Like, Snakewater is a pretty good map for them. I don't think it's a good map for MANDEM. And Viaduct, just an easy map for Witness. Like, MANDEM had no chance on this map. And they had to ban 2 COF maps, so they can't ban both. And Metalworks, maybe they have a chance, but I feel like the morale is going to be down. So we shall see.
Doughy, obviously King of the Hill is known as like the demo man game type. What did you think of the demo man this series? Like, was there one demo man that was just divving the other?
To be fair, I think both of them are very, very, very good. Lucas is maybe a bit better. I mean, since they won 3-0, like the first map, I believe, and the second map, they absolutely destroyed them. We can't really compare. If maybe the game is even, we could compare, but there I can't really judge the performance of both demo man.
Fair enough, fair enough. dmoule, we're coming up to maybe our final map in the next of our best of 5. I mean, what adjustments do you make when you're on the backside of two maps down? Do you start just changing everything, or do you just keep doubling down on the way you're playing?
I don't really have an answer for that, not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're right. It is a bit of a hard question. At the end of the day, if we could answer that, dmoule, we would all be beating Winners.
I don't think they should change a thing. Like, I think they have a pretty good Metalworks, but yeah, they need to motivate themselves right now, because they're literally getting smashed right now. Yeah. They need to
preach. Eon, I credit Venom Crest as one of the more creative teams here at LAN. So if you had to just literally, what kind of suggestions are usually entering the pipeline when you're in these sort of situations? Are you guys, like, I don't know, apart from the classic and all these unlocked gimmicks, is there anything that MANDEM can do to turn this entire series on its head?
They just need the mentality reset. On Snake especially, they had Witness on the last like 2 or 3 times, 3 last pushes, I think. They just need to like tighten up mentally and like focus on the game instead of like, oh, we're playing against Witness, we're like almost winning, they get overwhelmed mentally. They need to like go back to basics, focus on normal stuff, get ready with their defaults and stuff, and yeah, they need to like play the basics well.
Domaytoe, sounds like you got something to say about that.
Yeah, if I can simply add to that. By the way, we get a wonderful panorama view here of our chuggers in the backline with the beverages, maybe some small alcohol tincture doubled in there as well. But just 2 quick notes. I don't want to be too serious here, but they tried the crit streak. Crit streak worked early on, but this is sort of the gimmick strat. It was an absolute go show, and afterwards, like Nuke's tank
I just want to make it clear that wasn't MANDEM, doing strats there. No, that was just some crowd enjoying some of the grand final. But I don't know. Is it time to turn to the bottle here, Domaytoe? Is it really looking that depressive for MANDEM? I mean, they're good at Metalworks, right?
They definitely are. It's also crazy. I was alluding to it a little bit in a funny sense that the land sickness or sort of the grand final curse is striking a little bit, since you see they have all these tactics and have shown how well they are on the deathmatch. But Witness Gaming, I feel like they are so collectively focused on right now. It's so difficult for MANDEM to overcome this obstacle.
Eon, we saw these two teams play off in the upper bracket final. It was very close, but now it looks like there's a massive gap between Witness and MANDEM. Is this Witness just hitting a new stride, or is this MANDEM kind of throwing a bit?
I think there's more than one factor to why Witness are playing much better today. Witness are being really boring at LAN. They're going home at 10 p.m. Then they wake up at 8, have breakfast, come to venue as soon as it opens, and then do demo reviews. MANDEM, they were having fun. That's one of the reasons why.
And they're gonna lose because of it.
Yeah, and also Witness, they have more organized preparation because they won upper bracket finals. Meanwhile, MANDEM, they've had to play a warm up and then a serious very long and difficult best of 3. So they might be a bit exhausted mentally at this point.
dmoule, they're heading into Metalworks next. What do you think they should do on this Metalworks to start off good for MANDEM going against Witness?
I don't know. I don't think they should change that many things.
I want to hear you, son. Point the mic straight at you.
Oh, sorry. This way? Is it good?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay. No, I don't think they should. They shouldn't overthink it. So I think they should keep playing the way they play with Metalworks, and I hope they're gonna do well. That's all.
Delhi, any wise words you want to say to your fellow semi-finalists, your fellow lower bracket finalists? Any wise words you can say to them in these dire moments for MANDEM?
I don't know, bro. I'm supporting them. Good luck to them. I really wish to be there at their place. That's the words I'm having them, because otherwise, if we would have played against Witness, maybe it wouldn't have been that a crush.
You have to get digs in, I suppose, Delhi. I suppose you have to just say we wouldn't have done so bad.
I wish them a lot of luck.
All right, thank you all, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me
Thanks
on
to
the
you.
couch. I think we've got some players trickling in, but I'm just eager to see what the casters have to think. It could be a match point here for Witness. Let's see.
Thank you very much, Turbo. You are absolutely right. This could be game, set, and match here. Witness Gaming in honestly a pretty dominant looking 2 maps thus far. They win this one. So 3-0 sweep is a good look for the WG boys. However, silver lining here, this is the map pick of MANDEM here. I heard a sneaky little bird tell me earlier, in the name of Condawg, that this was the MANDEM's favorite map. This is where they feel the most confident. If there's any map to start the reverse sweep on, I think it's Metalworks.
Well, if they're going to start a reverse sweep, they better start it now, because if they lose this, they are going out empty-handed in second place. And like you say, MANDEM, they have looked good at Metalworks earlier in the tournament. It has been a map that seems to have vibed with them. We saw them beat 4 Fence on it. Okay, it was a grueling match and it took a long time, but after the golden cap, they did manage to secure it. And I've just got to say, like you said before, right, this has been pretty dominant from Witness. And I just want to highlight how much of a contrast that is from yesterday.
Yeah.
Because these two teams played in the upper bracket final yesterday, and it was about as tight as you can get it, right? It was 1 round in each of the games. I think one of them went to golden cap as well. So MANDEM, they've not managed to elevate that other gear that Witness have. And if they're going to elevate, they better well be doing it now, because there are no more chances for them. MANDEM, they have to win Metalworks.
Yeah. The ball is in their court, right? It is on them to prove themselves. They have made their way all the way to this tournament. They've been talking big here, how they think they're the best. They think they're better than WG here, and now it's the time to show that they are here in our 3rd map of Metalworks. And I think it could be a nail-biter here. If I had to make a prediction here, it's got to be like a 2-1 or a 3-2 here. I'm hoping for the MANDEM. I want this to go all the way, Ben. What about you?
I don't know. I have to be rooting for, or at least predicting a MANDEM win, right? Because I don't want this to end in 3 matches.
No.
Right? I don't think anyone wants. There's an entire crowd of people behind here. They would have party all night and watch this game last forever. So that's what they're going to be dreaming of. But I think MANDEM, they've got it in their locker. We've seen it yesterday. We've seen it online as well. This is genuinely one of the best teams in Europe. And these first 2 maps, yes, they have been outclassed somewhat, but I think they've got another gear they can go into. Some of these players have had such good lands so far. I'm thinking Haunts, I'm thinking Inzo, people who maybe weren't thought about so much online.
Yeah.
They've just brought another level to their game. And if they can step up again in this grand final, I think MANDEM could take this map.
But how do you deal with Lucas, man? It's just so many times in this, series that he's got away with murder. And I think that there has to be a conversation between these maps on how you're going to deal with him. Because he's just doing it all for his team. He's finding the kills. He's finding the clutch moments. He's getting in deep on these Ubers. He, on product, just did such an insane amount of damage that no one should be allowed to do here. And I think the MANDEM, they need to make a game plan against this man and this man only, because he's just been crazy.
It's so crazy. And it's not even just like there's one thing that he's doing well. He's just doing everything well. Is it disad last holds? Is it running in with Uber ad? Is it taking trades? Is it trapping people off? Is it playing sacks? Everything. This guy just has it all. And yet he's coming new into the team. It's not really new because he has played with this core of players before. But, they've only been together a season with this core lineup, and just the way that Lucas is integrated with the rest of this team so quickly, it's just fabulous to see.
Yeah, it's been a reasonable shift up in the team. We'll see if they have it in them to take this in a 3-0 sweep, as we are taking you to our 3rd map of poLAND 2025 here. Ben, why don't you take us away on this rollout?
Here we go. Do or die for MANDEM. They have to win this. Witness Gaming, they have one hand on the trophy already, but can they clasp it and can they take it home with them? As we go into the first mid, papi finding the first frag, Inzo, Haunts both falling already. Witness looking good in this first mid, and the chase is on. Zams very, very weak upon landing. Nice little surf there on the ramp to not die, but there's players in behind too, and this collapse could be deadly. Papi doing so much damage on the retreating scout, but is taken down. Zams traded out though for it, and it is absolute mayhem in lobby.
Yeah, the chase is on from Witness Gaming here. Thomas already getting himself into this last point here. Has to call it off. The soldier is bombing in to try to get behind him here. But they don't want to stop here. They want to keep going forward. There is a heavy to contest him. But look at this. Lucas, he's in. He's going for the force play. He's sending a player onto point. So much damage coming out from Lucas. However, the arrows coming in big from June here. Going to be switching off of this heavy onto a scout here. They want to fight it on MANDEM.
They absolutely do, and down Scout and Demo on Witness, it might be a little bit rough holding on to this one, but knowing that the spawners are in MANDEM, it's a grand final. They know that risks like this should not be taken lightly, and especially within the first minute. There's no rush for MANDEM. They have all the time in the world. They can just sit on their own last. They're not pushed to really try and make a breakout onto second work, so they're just going to settle in. They've got a gun up, or at least they're in the process of doing so. They're getting traps up, but they're just spamming into these doorways, and now it's on Witness Gaming. See what they can do to breach in.
Yeah, this is always a hard challenge, getting into this Metalworks last here. This sentry can be so oppressive, and this shutter, if you open it at the right time, can allow snipers to cause absolute mayhem here. Plenty of opportunities for double bombs to come through from the soldiers here, and that looks like what they're planning on Witness Gaming, setting up from this doorway. What do they do with it?
Well, one soldier's gone in and been blasted skyward, and Hugo as well. Nice little headshot there from Boulder on that second soldier flying in. But again, 2 picks. Are we really going to see anything too aggressive here out of MANDEM? Maybe a sniper peek, but I don't know how much further they'd really want to go.
Yeah, there's not much more you can really do with it. The spawners are up now. Before they could really mount anything, they do have to back their way into last hits. Thomas sending a little bit of aggression on this right-hand side before his players are really in. Maybe just trying to do a little bit of spotting here now.
Well, it's wave number 2 of aggression. Witness, the first wave was a flat non-success, both soldiers going down with little reward. This time around though, maybe hoping for some slightly different outcomes. Going to be papi going all the way far left this time. Just going to go for a poke and a prod as Hugo actually gets all the way in through lockers and is able to start spamming across the other side of the point. Maybe this is a chance to push in.
Yeah, unable to currently. Soldier does come to contest him there, so not really able to spam the gun out. I think he wanted to spam the gun, allows Papi to jump through uncontested and have much more of an opportunity here. However, not able to straight away. boLAND is watching this doorway diligently. Doesn't want to let anyone through. 50 damage. Does take Lucas down low. Gets an arrow, and they are just resetting things here for just a second on Witness Gaming. They've been so good at prodding these doors, trying to find a weakness. However, unable to so far. Hugo is in through this doorway on the right-hand side again. Papi in for the sack. What can he find here? Doesn't look like anything, unfortunately. They are playing it so passive here on the side of MANDEM. There's not a single player in sight.
Really nice work there from MANDEM. As we saw, these bombs come in, but the soldiers, by the time they're in the sky, they're down to like double-digit health. And against a team like MANDEM, and against a sentry gun as well, it's never really going to work. And Witness now, this time has ticked down quite a lot. It's been ticking down fairly quickly. 1 minute 50 left, and Ixie has decided to take up the sniper rifle to maybe try and breach into this final point.
Yeah, I don't think we've really seen him pull this out yet. But he is absolutely adept on this class here. Do not be do expect him to do big things here. Taking that slow peek, seeing if there's a sniper, trying to play it a little bit aggressively here. No one fighting him just yet, so hopefully should just be changing his angle a little bit, or maybe he's just allowed to peek out just a little bit
There's
further.
a bit of time to work with 1 minute 15 on the clock. It's quite late to bring out a sniper, but actually Horn's coming in very aggressive there. That might be an overstep because now there's one less soldier holding on to this main choke.
Ixie peeking this left-hand side, gets a sightline onto the sniper, unable to get a shot here, but Papi comes in, cleans up Ron's. However, it is a 1-for-1 trade here, but they've got to try to be going for something here. They're a player up here on Witness Gaming. What can they do with it?
They're trying to burst their way in through main. Already lost Thomas. Sniper v Sniper. Neither player hitting their shots so far as Ixie and boLAND both walk away from the push. But 2 players down now for Witness. 40 seconds left. We're maybe into trade territory.
Yeah, this feels reminiscent of what we saw on Snakewater when they were just unable to break that even uber last hold of the MANDEM there, and we're just not able to even get onto point at all here. We'll see if they change things up a little bit here, take more of an aggressive trade. They do have a sniper for that post fight to take some long range damage fights here. We'll see what they opt for. They are still just peeking Ixie in here, seeing if they can get something to get it started. 15 seconds left. It's 150 on Zabs. Surely they have to go in now.
They absolutely have to go for something. Ron's going to bomb in and do a whole lot of damage there on those players in the shutter. Ixie and Lucas both falling, no overcharge used, and we go into a stalemate, and this is very reminiscent of what we saw in Snakewater.
I'm just so not a fan of this. I don't know, why they're not really just attempting these trades, attempting a little bit of chaos, make something happen on this Witness Gaming side. I guess it's nothing to lose, right? Like, you don't have to push, right? They're waiting for an advantage, waiting for someone to overextend. The nerves potentially on the MANDEM side to play into the favor of Witness. However, they hold strong on MANDEM, and they bring it back to a second mid here.
Here we go. Mid-fight number 2, and MANDEM hoping for slightly better results than on mid-fight number 1, because last time they were chased all the way back straight onto their own last. But this time it's a good amount of spam up onto the height from Zams, and the Horn's already flying all the way over the top and getting a lot of space here over towards this Witness Gaming combo. It was kind of split up half and half here. Papi, the one the recommit, has come in, and both of these scouts now for MANDEM have fallen.
Yeah, it's been nice recommits here, actually, from the side of MANDEM here. They're still on the chase, trying to get this soldier of Papi as he slivers his way in through under. Horns not able to find anything, I think. I think maybe he wanted to go for something, but not a worthwhile play yet. Auto did live during this, has been building much worse, but the MANDEM side do not look ready to try to take anything in with this.
It's a success though, right? Last time we saw them get completely bullied off. This time they were able to catch that key player that we mentioned at the start of this game in Lucas Tank, and that is what's the pivotal moment here for them. They're able to capture the point despite having no scouts left, and are able to stabilize. And now for the first time in the 7.5 minutes of this map, it's MANDEM looking to pressure, looking to sack, looking to potentially get in onto Auto.
It's Ron's in with this initial bomb, just looking for a little bit of space, spotting out to see where they are, see if there's anyone a little overextended. Doesn't see too much on that initial bomb, but re-healed up now. Does go for the second, try to find some space, but everyone is so passive on this Witness Gaming side. He's not able to commit on to anyone at all, even with the spam coming out from Zams here. It scouts in though onto bridge, gets the force out, huge stuff from Inzo.
Great work there, great. Just a situational awareness from Inzo, knowing the exact line they're able to get in, and Lucas caught on the way back too.
Yeah, huge stuff. Lucas wants to go through under the catch and retreating, but they just press their W key. They've seen that play come out before. Papi stuck in behind. This is a bad position for him to be in.
This is a 5v6 on their own last with Dissad. MANDEM, for the first time in this game, might be looking to take the lead. Haunt's already taken down, so it's more of a 5v5 on last now, but they've got to be quick. They've got to get in. There is a scout behind in lobby, and they're actually fearing it here over on MANDEM. But now, Papi, Thomas, both falling Ubercharge, used 2 Witness Gaming. 3 players left up. Now the push can come in. There are stickies on point to be clear. This Ubercharge is fading. Witness, can they block this?
They have to do so much here on the MANDEM. They were forced out so early. Just can't find the pressure, can't find the space, can't find the damage. And it's just amounted to nothing. They had such a good opportunity, but lost 2 in here. It's Haunt trying to find something, gets on the point, but it's just a nothing play. Doesn't have the pain train up. Inzo going down as well here, potentially losing bronze as well. And it's an absolute collapse here. Only Boulder and June left alive for MANDEM.
These moments are starting to rack up. We've had a few of them on Snakewater. Okay, process was a bit of a wash, but now the first big advantage situation of Metalworks has gone the way of MANDEM, and again they've failed to clutch it with both hands and make it count to get around on the board. And MANDEM, these are going to come back to bite eventually against a team like Witness. We saw in Snake, you don't have to give them that many chances because they will take them.
Yeah, Uber's popped out early from auto here. June now in return with a much later Uber, able to take down Hugo, but they've lost 2 during this time, and all the high ground owned by Witness Gaming here. Surely they have to leave on MANDEM, and that's exactly what's happening. Retreating into their second point, looking clinical from Witness Gaming, knowing exactly when they can push the issue here.
Great work from them so far, and as well with one late spawner coming in, Witness are able to start taking some space up towards second and maybe start looking to fly in. No Ubers up for either side, but that isn't going to stop Witness from trying to take some aggressive plays and aggressive maneuvers in. This actually runs the first one on the counter aggression to fall here. So MANDEM, 1 soldier down, Uber's not ready yet. This is potentially workable. Never mind, Thomas getting caught by a pipe is a big difference maker. Haunt, it doesn't quite land the second air shot. It was a good first one, to be fair to the lad.
Yeah, might lose Papi here as well. There is a fight going on in the house. Somehow lives with 14 HP. Ixie finishing off Inzo here. And now looking for Zams as well. Takes him down. Huge plays by the Italian man. Somehow getting Boulder as well on the beam. Looking for June now. June forced out here. Should finally die with the taunt. Deserved.
Brutal work once again from the flank scout extraordinaire Ixie. He is so damn good at finding these opportunities, and now we saw earlier on just a few minutes ago MANDEM in a similar situation. Uber ad into Witness's last, didn't manage to convert it this time around. The Witness, they don't normally mess these up, and this could be 1-0 to them.
Yeah, absolutely, it could be. Got to be careful of that Boulder sniper as they do come into this lobby area. Hornso dying early. It's a catastrophe as the Uber is popped out onto Lucas' tank. Into the spawn it goes, and he has just obliterated absolutely everyone, and the damage does not stop here. Boulder trying desperately to do something, but unable to, and they just clean up house.
No mistake ever from this team. They never mess up those situations. You know, as soon as that force comes in lobby, it's going to be 1-0 to Witness. This team, they're so coordinated. They're all on the same page all of the time. They are just so damn good.
Yeah, and they have shown it throughout this series, and they're looking to show it on this third map and bring it to MANDEM. Show them who the real bosses are. Do MANDEM have something to say in return here? We will find out as the mid is starting.
Here we go. See if Lucas gets focused down as he did last time. Seems for now he's looking at healthy and steady as high ground being taken and conceded by MANDEM as they've taken a fair bit of health. Hugo leading the charge across this point now, trying to do good damage. Look at MANDEM, they're all cowering on the low ground. They're getting caught out, they're getting chased down, and Witness, look at the ground they're able to take.
There was just absolutely zero space on that entire mid for MANDEM. They turned up, they did a little bit of damage, and then they just had to retreat. It was constant barrages on the right players at all times from Witness, and now they're looking to keep going into second here. Bombs are in here, gets the force from June. Can they find the counter on Rons? No, they cannot. Auto getting the pack back to healthy, and now you just have to leave if you're MANDEM. There's no other choice.
Again, really fantastic work there. Despite the nice direct, Auto was able to hold on, but now this time around, Horns has bombed in and caught a kill onto Thomas. This might slow things down because Auto has an uber charge and has actually been forced all the way around in Valley by Inzo, who has actually maybe salvaged this completely. I was thinking it was doom and gloom. MANDEM were going to have to cower on their last point at this side, but now with the force and with the frag onto Thomas, they can start to maybe mount some kind of re-aggression here on MANDEM.
Yeah, they completely wasted the entire Uber during all of that, but this is a challenge getting through this low ground area. Ron's going down first as well. In-house will make them go back to their own second. It was a good opportunity, but it was a difficult one either way here. Now, what do they do on Witness Gaming? Gonna build up this Uber here. It is a slight Uber advantage for MANDEM, but they are in no position to be taking this one, surely.
Well, we saw Theos the other day on the anti-side game taking these very, very small advantages out of house. And it seems that MANDEM wants to do just the same. They're using in all the way through from main. They've caught maybe one frag on a soldier so far, but that is it. And now the counter Uber is ready to be popped from Witness. They want to fight.
Yeah, and they pop in straight away here, getting aggressive into this house. Lucas just absolutely decimating players here. June has gotten out, and it's a 2-for-2 here so far. However, Horn's going down to the double dunk. Oh, Sam's taking critical damage as well here. And then in behind it's Hugo onto June. And it's all MANDEM. Sorry, Witness.
Hugo, my man, again, we saw it on products, went huge. We see it again, the collapse in, the timing, it's so damn good. Witness, they're so clean with these players, and June takes the Uber away completely. Spawners are here. There is a chance for some kind of defense to salvage together for MANDEM, but they're getting locked out. Cap time already onto the point. 3 players left alive for MANDEM. They're surely not able to block this, and they are not. Witness, they're 2-0 up. They're in control.
They are looking insanely good here, just making plays out of absolute nothing here. Lucas just hitting every single double donk. It's just crazy. We do not see the loose cannon all that often, but in the hands of a player as talented as Lucas, it's absolute destruction there. And then Hugo just coming in with a huge flank to clean everything up. It's lights out after that.
Really nice work once again. MANDEM, their mids have been decent a couple of times, but last time they got completely crunched across the point. But this time it's Witness who were the ones on the back foot losing the first player, and actually all sat around on the low ground. Horn swinging behind interconnect. It is going to be taken down by Ixie, and Thomas also filling up the kill feed now. MANDEM, only 3 players left alive. They're having to run out, tail between their legs, and with 14 minutes left, 2 rounds down against the best team in Europe, it's not where you want to be finding yourself, especially not if their players underneath are going to be getting caught. Boulder coming to the safety of Zams. But Witness, again, these mids have looked very, very good.
Yeah, they're just not been a particularly great response from MANDEM there, but a little overextension from Thomas allows them to get into this game just a little bit more. Big bomb coming in, lands on the blue crate here, good damage onto Auto here. They want to force him, they want to get this Uber charge out of the way. Unable to so far, the positioning just so good. Bomb comes in, can he find a rocket here? Cannot connect it.
Good attempt there in from Rons. They had to go for something. They really have to start stirring up trouble at some point in this game, because Witness Gaming, for me, they are in cruise control in this series. 2-0 up again with the midpoint. They can start sacking it, or they can maybe look to just try and walk this pretty well, because Rons is down in a late spawner. As we see Witness grouping up, they might want to sack this early.
Hugo going out in the background. They sent a bust into house here, and it's now Haunts behind here. This is a good opportunity if they want to go for something. Haunts, though, needs to win out this fight here, or needs to get out, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's in behind here, but how long can he survive for? Oh. Okay, Haunts, okay, turning up here, and now look at this, he's in such a good position. No one is expecting this. 2 rockets onto the demo man here, and they get the force out of Witness Gaming. Their health is abysmal. Surely there's going to be a refight, and they could do so much with this.
They absolutely can. Haunts, though, great, fantastic work there. Player hiding into the lobby area is dealt with. Hugo goes down, players in behind as well. It's still messy, it's still chaotic here for Witness. They're trying to get out, but 6v4, they may be in some trouble. Point capped up, Soldier onto the point already in. Haunt, who's bombing away, just trying to drag around the attention of these Witness players on this second hold. Spawners still not quite there for Witness. So MANDEM, they can look to break this in very, very quickly.
But they're coming in any second now. They are sending in some aggression into this lobby area, and it's a nice airshot by Haunt onto Lucas. That's a lot of damage annihilated. Soldier in behind of Rons. He's doing everything but can't quite find Auto, and now there's another Soldier on the Witness Gaming side to deal with. Deleted, however, is Papi here. It is just Thomas trying to do a little weaken test, but he's unable to do anything, as now the chase is on.
There's only two players on last. There's only two players on last because Ixie is all the way behind who's trying to back up on mid. There's only these players to try and block this. They have to use the Uber to stand on this. June, though, does decide to use it to save her pocket scout in Boulder. Ixie on the back cap has failed. So now the reaggress onto the point by MANDEM. They try and fight back. They get their first round on the board.
MANDEM! Looking like they want to get back into this game, showing that they've still got fight in them against this Witness Gaming squad. Haunt, what a fantastic round from him. The plays behind, the air shots, he did everything for his team here. This has to put some confidence in MANDEM to into this mid fight.
Yeah, we said before someone has to step up, and I pointed out Haunts and Inzo as having great lands so far. Haunts seems to be the man so far over on MANDEM to pick up the mantle and really drag this team through. But it's Hugo, the counter roamer, on the other side, who's going to be the first one to bomb in, and these bombs haven't gone all too well here for Witness, as Haunts is in behind, in with big damage.
He does it again here. So many players going down, and now the chase is on from MANDEM. It's Papi versus the world. What can he do for as the best pocket soldier in Europe going down here to the MANDEM side? And now they have so much momentum. They have a small Uber advantage. They're going to have the players here. What can they do coming into this last? Do they want to take it fast and aggressive? Do they want to wait for their players here? Looks like they're situating themselves onto this shutters area, looking for a little bit of spam, looking for an opportunity to get in onto this medic of Auto.
They really have to try and go for something. The timer ticks down, 10 minutes left, so maybe not too big of a rush on this. They've got the full round time here, but MANDEM, they'd rather not be waiting around until the dying moments of this game to get something going. But Witness, these defenses on last have looked so hard. It's the hardest team to break into these even Uber stalemates. And we said before, I said Snake was the hardest map to break into. I think Metalworks is a close second, and we're seeing why these doorways are so hard to breach. Oh, not if you're air-shotting like that, Rons.
Crazy stuff coming out from the Frenchman here. Gives up so much space for this team. Huge damage onto the heavy, followed up by Rons here, and now it's going to be so many players coming in trying to do work here. But look how many they've lost. It's a 4-man for this point, and it hasn't worked out. It's just Zams left alive with the medic of June. Launches Thomas into him. Not exactly what you want to do here, but will get out with his life. But they've lost second point here. They were looking so good on MANDEM, and Rons did so much work for that one.
It's one of those where we see a lot of that on our screens, right? We see MANDEM doing great things, but it's hard to appreciate the resources that they're putting in. Losing 4 players there, yes, it looked close, it looked good for a moment, but MANDEM now, they're going to have to do the hard way all the way in from second. Happy on the aggression here, going to be caught out first, and a pistol spam over onto Hugo. Never mind, there's no soldiers left now for Witness. They're in a bit of bother.
But look at this, there's going to be a fight going on into this lobby area. Can Ixie win this one out? He cannot find the Miracle Hill.
There's 2 up!
There is, but they haven't got the second point here. It's going to slow things down. There's still an Uber in play, but they're in onto last here. They want to try to make it
Thomas is in no man's land. They can go for point. As soon as his cap comes through on second, MANDEM can try and run this through, or they can play it slower. They can go for the force, as they did. Auto uses the Uber, and now MANDEM, they've got another chance. We said earlier on, these chances are like gold dust. Uber add into last against Witness. You don't get these very often. On Snakewater, they blundered a few of them. Now, MANDEM, full Uber ad, 7 minutes 50 on the clock, a round down. They have to make this one work.
This is the opportunity for MANDEM. This is their point to win. They need to even it up at a bare minimum and then keep that momentum going if they want any chance to stay in this series. It's Uber in from main here. It's a slow one. They want to find the gun. They take it down here. Now the soldiers bombing in. Good early cap time.
No blockers! They get it! This is straight onto the point. It's so fast.
The crowd going crazy here for the MANDEM. So much work being done by these soldiers. Crazy shots coming out and such good plays to get that force onto auto, and then such a clean last push. And now it's even points here on your third map. MANDEM going to want to look to take this here and now. They don't want to go to a golden cap. They don't want to let Witness get another one. What can they show us?
What a turnaround it is for MANDEM. 2-0 down, back to 2-2, and they want to go even further here as they're pushing onto the mid. First frag going the way of MANDEM onto ysxy. Auto falling as well at the hands of Rons, and now it's all about salvage plays, all about can Witness get over on to June, who's currently passive all the way back in Valley, does not want to risk her life at all. She knows the value that her Ubercharge can bring, and MANDEM, the rest of the team, they do not want to overextend. Look how passive and chill they're playing here. They're so scared of Witness, and why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, absolutely. They do manage to get the cap on this Witness side, but it's not going to mean too much as the rest of the spawners from MANDEM are coming up now. It's a fight onto mid, trying to find this scout pick, unable to straight away here. Actually, the first pick going onto Boulder from Papi there. They're playing this so aggressively on Witness Gaming. They want to make it as difficult as possible. They're trying to send one behind. It's ysxy, unspotted, and they're going for a back cap with 2 players.
This is getting a little bit weird now. Massive Uber advantage for Auto, and the back cap coming in as well. Witness Gaming looking like they're in a pretty good situation here, but ysxy going down late might stem things a little bit for them. Ubercharge is going to be coming up rather soon, as Witness might just look to run this in anyway. One player down on either side, I guess why not? They've got Uber advantage to work with, but June only at 40%. If they go quickly, maybe June won't have in time for last.
Yeah, this is now on Witness to try to do this one here. They do just give up. Second on MANDEM, there's just a Haunts in behind, trying to be a nuisance, trying to allow some time, but they're just standing on the point here, and they should be able to just try to run this one into lobby. They're so aware of Haunts behind, they don't want to allow him to do any funny business here at all. Luckily for the MANDEM, June has got an Uber here.
Ooh, that's a scary POV to be on there for Haunts, but Haunts doesn't care because he bombs back in and goes 1 for 1 at least. But again, credit to Haunts there, that buys a ton of time. Our little HUD over there saying 30 seconds of advantage was lost there by Witness. Of course, they used part of that to get onto second, but they did still have, I reckon, about 30% advantage there by the time they were getting to lobby, and that was basically stripped away by the fact that Haunts was behind and a constant threat.
Tomas now up on the sniper. Boulder checking it, so they are aware on the side of MANDEM that this is the play that's going to be coming out, and it's going to be Boulder v Tomas on the sniper. Usually we would say these are the scouts extraordinaire, but what can they both do on the snipers? They are going to be seeing each other shortly. Who's going to win it out?
Tomas does not miss. The flick is so damn fast.
Doesn't matter too much as Zams is there to do a bit of follow-up damage. Maybe there's a catch on this left-hand side. It is Rons going down here. That is difficult. It's Hugo coming in. He is finding June here. Can he find the second rocket? June 40 HP just about lives.
Oh, really scary moments. They might get scarier as well with ysxy coming in with a kill onto Haunts. Still 4v4. Still not comfortable here, especially not when Lucas and Papi are in their faces.
Luckily, they do manage to defend there on the MANDEM. A nice 2 kills coming in from Inso to deny that one. But that's what Witness can do sometimes. They can make it scrappy. They can make those fights that make your butt cheeks clench here. And if they keep playing like this, it's surely theirs. Hugo tries to go in for a bomb. It's a little bit of a fail. Only on 80 HP, tries to go for the demo man. Unable to. ysxy going down as well here. There's maybe a stack going on in the background onto Auto. The drop from Haunts!
Oh my, Auto, the Ubercharge taken away. What a counter-sack from Haunts. Again, I've mentioned his name so many times on this map. Haunts is the man to bring MANDEM back into this series.
Hey, there's a man in Dem. It may be Haunts. And now they get second here as well on MANDEM. Full Uber advantage. What can they do with this? Can they convert this to a round? Can they coast to coast from this? Or is Witness Gaming just too strong? These traps are devious, and they get a kill onto Rons here. But do they want to keep going? Or is this just too much for MANDEM? No, they back away. 2.5 minutes left on the clock here. No need to go for these risky situations because they can always take it to Golden Cap, but that's just so scary when Witness Gaming is on the other team.
I still, it's a rough one here for MANDEM, right? They've had to back up onto their own second with 2 minutes 10 on the clock. It's very unlikely from an even Uber situation on their own second, unless something catastrophic happens again, that MANDEM will be able to win this out in regulation. But there has been a pause. I wonder what that could have been caused by.
Yeah, I'm not too sure here. Looks like we have all our players around here. Maybe a little tactical timeout. Maybe they want to talk about what they're doing for these final 2 minutes here. Wow, what an intense one this has been, Ben. This is more like what we're expecting when you talk about these two teams. You're expecting them to fight tooth and nail.
Absolutely, and we had the game to go yesterday off of, right? And that game yesterday was incredibly close. These teams were nigh on inseparable. It was just witnessing those clutch moments at the end of those games that was the difference between the two of them. And yet, 3-0 Snake, 3-0 Products, that is not what I was expecting coming into this. But now, MANDEM, it was 2-0 down. I thought it was going to be a quick one, a grand final that everyone would just forget when Witness just roll through and then waltz off to Denver and go and beat all the Americans and the Australians, right? That was where it was going to be, just a footnote in history. But MANDEM, they are really, really making them work for this. This could go on to be a great, great best of 5 if MANDEM can fight back, and they have done 2 rounds already back. They're turning it around, and we've said the name many times. Haunt has had a life map.
Yeah. He has had an absolute worldie here. But you're talking about clutch moments from Witness Gaming. This is the clutch moment. This is when they're in their element. They are the team who can just pull out the lightning in the bottle when you just don't think they can. Ixie has had so many moments. Lucas has had so many moments. Hugo on that last map, we showed how clutch he can be here. MANDEM, they should be scared here. They really should.
And they're on their own second as well. Like we said before, Run's getting caught by that trap means they weren't able to push out, which means, if they pushed out, they're at least on mid, 2 minutes left. It's kind of a no-risk scenario, right? You can just chill for a little bit. You can send sacks. If you all die, there's no time for you to get coast-to-coasted.
Yeah.
On your own second, you don't have that luxury. You can't just sit around and just think, oh, it'll be fine, right? You're going to get sacked into, you're going to get pushed off. And as soon as if that second point flips, then we know for the last however long on that clock, Witness will be piling bodies into MANDEM's last points.
They absolutely will. And we've been shown that, getting some early cap time can really work out well. And I think that's one of the scenarios that this Witness Gaming team could be looking for, is just to maybe get a pick onto Zam so there's no stickies on point, and then just absolutely barraging everything they have into that last point, making it as difficult as possible for this MANDEM team here. If you are MANDEM here, what do you do? Are you trying to hold second, or are you just thinking about last?
I think they've got to put some kind of resistance on second. I think falling back to last is way too pessimistic because so many things can just go wrong instantly. You've almost boxed yourself in, right? I think with second, you can at least have some kind of hold. You can slow down Witness, and then, okay, you don't want to overinvest. I'm not saying you start taking silly trades or you start throwing players at it, right? You just back up, and then you maybe waste a minute, 1 minute 30 on the clock, and then you can start running the clock down in your own last. You don't really want to leave it with 2 minutes 30 on your own last. That can get pretty scary.
Yeah, that could be really, really dicey here. The only risk is that you do lose a player when you are coming in. I don't know. It's a difficult one. Either way you look at it, I think they've been put in between a rock and a hard place. Ubers are up for both teams though, right? So worst comes to worst, they're going to force June. But we have seen, those signs that Witness Gaming aren't always perfect. They have failed a couple of those Uber advantage pushes. Either way you look at it, I think it's just a really tough one here. But MANDEM, they've looked like this is more of their map though.
They have, and it's one they've played a lot this tournament so far, and it's one they've had good results with. And again, we saw them earlier today in that game on Metalworks against 4Fens. They clutched it up in that third map, and that's why they're here today in this grand final. And this grand final is continuing. 2 minutes left to play, and it might be the last 2 minutes of poLANd.tf as the bombs come in.
This was when we saw the pause here. Doesn't look like anyone disconnected, maybe. Just a little chat about how they want to play this one here. It's a nice pipe coming out from Zams to start us off. Bomb coming in from Hugo, but it's papi the one to come in. Doesn't quite hit his bomb. It's taken down here. This isn't great for Witness. They really need to get things going if they want to get onto this last point, if they want a chance of getting this round in regulation time. That's a great way to start if you're MANDEM.
It absolutely is. It's going to strip so much time off. Already 40 seconds of that clock has been ticked down. MANDEM moments closer to going towards a golden cap. Again, there's not really the time for them to go coast to coast here unless Witness Gaming have a catastrophe, but that's not what they're thinking about now. Witness Gaming getting ready for sack wave number 2. 1 minute left. The timer is ticking, and Witness, they've got to go.
And that's exactly what they want to do. Sending a bomb in from papi up high. He finds a soldier's head to land on. Can't quite finish off the kill, but it's Tomas now in for the re-aggression. Uber is out for Witness Gaming, and they have to flash so many more players on MANDEM. It's all Tomas in this one. And now look at this. They just give it up pretty much completely for free. They're back on their last for the MANDEM here. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Uber's out of play here, and it's Witness who want to push this last point.
It's going to be so tough to push this though. No Ubers getting through these doorways is going to be very, very hard. papi, Hugo already on height on this locker's side. They're pressuring it forward. Bomb lands in onto the heavy. Inzo goes down. Oh, it's massive. It's nuclear behind the point. Witness Gaming. They might be doing it. 3 players left on the point. They're stacking it up and they get it.
And Witness Gaming clutching it up like they always do are now your poLAND.tf 2025 Grand Champions and Champions of Europe.
Why did anyone ever doubt them? Why was it ever a question that they were going to win this? They are such a good team. They absolutely bossed it. And when there was resistance at the end, it was Witness who clutched it up once more, as they've done so many times. They did it in Poland last year. They did it at I-Series. They did it at Arcadia. And they're going to fly out to America in 2 months' time and try and do it against everyone across the world.
Unbelievable game for the Witness Gaming boys. But MANDEM, they put up such a fight until the very last moments of that. You have to put huge respect onto their name. Brilliant, brilliant game here. However, it's enough of us now, Ben. We have talked our hearts out. It's time to send it over to Turbo for a little bit of analysis.
Thank you, Castaper, for sending me down to analyze a 3-0 victory in a grand final setting of a best of 5. Gentlemen, I have a tall order ahead of myself. I don't know whether or not you can analyze a clean sweep, but goddamn, we'll try. Looky, we've been here before. I've played these games, and it's looking awfully similar like the last poLAND.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't really feel like there's much point in analysing it, to be honest with you. It's just Witness Gaming, they lose one at the end, and it just goes awry. Like, it's like Sneaky was saying before, like, they lose one, absolute crumble, turns into a last push, and that's it. Series is over, and it's those small differences that have sort of made up the series as it's gone on, so, yeah.
Sneaky, we did see 2 rounds snuck in there. Like, it was, there was some hope in our hearts, and MANDEM looked like they were believing themselves again. They were taking fights. Do you think if we had these rounds earlier, we'd be looking at a different series?
I'm not going to lie to you, Turbo Tabs. It was 2-2, and I was like, there's no way that they lose this, right? Like, it's going to Golden Cup. But to just walk in and destroy a team without Uber, you don't see any other team do that. Like, that is crazy. And yeah, I think MANDEM, that they put themselves in our position. That they had a good comeback, but at the end of the day, Witness was always ahead in that series and in that game, and you really saw a prowess that you don't see from any other European team. And I guess that's a good thing leading into the NA LAN that's coming up for Witness,
All right, Ympo, there's two things that have been more hyped up at this LAN. It's Witness and you on the couch. Everyone's been saying, get Ympo on the couch, get Ympo on the couch. I want to see Ympo on the couch.
Why do you want me on the couch?
Well, the people have got their Ympo on the couch just before the LAN closes. Ympo, what could you tell me about this last game? Is there anything that caught your eye at all?
I saw Witness players like fragging. I saw Thomas hitting all the shots. I saw Lucas actually going crazy. Like, have you seen these loose cannon, man? I feel like if I feel like if like demo man players start actually like try harding the loose cannon and like eating every double donks, in theory you could actually like it's an OP weapon, just like the Lock-and-Roll, right?
Doughy, is these double donks the future? No, that's not my question. No. Well, don't worry. That's not. Doughy, like, we've been here so many times before, these 3-0s of Witness. I mean, was this our closest attempt? Was there probably other times in recent memory that, you know, we could have beat Witness? Is this the best opportunity for them to have lost?
Yeah, so I definitely think this is the best opportunity that our team has had to beat Witness so far. Apart from previous seasons where they kind of just were scrimming, I don't know, once a week sort of thing. But what I would like to say is the best addition I've seen to the streams recently is the KD on the stream. Because suddenly now all these players are getting exposed. You know, I'm seeing dmoule going 1-9. I'd like to know that, you know. I see QB 5-0. I like to know that, you know.
I mean,
it's good.
I mean, the negative part of it is like I can't keep my eyes off it. Every time it like pops up, I just like I don't look at everything else. Might as well be a blur, and I'm just looking at the Guitar Hero main section of that kill and death thing because it only comes up for a minute. You're like, oh, it's a soldier, and he's got 12 deaths and how many assists? Oh no, he's gone again. Oh crap.
Yeah, it's really nice seeing it in the playback clips as well.
Yeah, we got some logs, if I heard that correctly.
Full focus on it. Yeah, I'm gonna fake left, you guys go right. I fake left, you guys go right. Okay. Space fight me right. Yeah, ready. Yeah, you can go. There's a heavy back right now. I'm in on right now, pushing right. One go, 3, 2. Demo 60. Landing on heavy. Nuke. Get in. Demo. Go spine. Soldier. Let's speak. Med 670. Sorry. Nice. Let's go. The Thomas train.
Well, I guess apparently that's what a 3-0 looks like. I thought they would literally just be like, they just get up another day of the office, but lucky. I mean, clearly this must mean something to Witness to have that reaction.
Yeah. I mean, like, you and me were both in the MANDEM booth. The vibes were a bit bad after the second game, as it would be. You just lose 2 games.
I've been to more vibrant funerals, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but the difference being is that we were outside, we then went outside, Witness Gaming are outside, and Papi has given a speech to his team, hyping them up, driving them forwards, like telling them this is what's going to happen. And just like, you know, it's a total different shift. They're on a totally different level. 3-0 speaks volumes.
Sneaky, a lot of people are saying that Witness were trying maybe a little too hard at this LAN. They were going to bed early, they were hitting the books, they had alcohol like limitations. I mean, does that take away from their victory at all, this LAN?
I mean, absolutely not, no. I mean, those guys have been here before. That's what you have to do to be the best. I have complete respect for it. And you see that they've been here before when you watch them play. And the way they do go outside and discuss what's happened, other teams don't do that. And when you think about why, that's the Witness Gaming diff, I guess, you know?
Ympo. It's not just been this best of 5. It's been an entire LAN we've just watched. We're at the tail end here. You know, is it all about the grand final? Are you going to look back at this poLANd and think, like, it was a bit of a dud in the water? Or do you think this LAN was still quite good?
No, it's just like in life, you know, it's about the journey, not the end. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I can see why they wanted you on the couch. Oh, well, there you go, man, a few words. Okay, Doughy, if you were going to look back at poLANd 2025, what are you going to think?
I would think the most expressive thing I've seen so far this entire LAN is Thomas's eyebrows. And I'm not kidding. If you stood behind him at any point, he's doing Jack Black at this point. It's doing the waves. He's up, down, left, right. So that's honestly, that's all I can think.
Back to you, Sneaky. I'm not ending the LAN on that. I'm not ending the LAN on that. Give me something better.
May I ask you a question, Domaytoe?
Go for it.
I mean, you've been to a lot of LANs in your time. You've cast a lot of clans on production, right? What do you think of the level of TF2 that we're seeing at the top at these LANs now, comparatively to what we've seen in previous years, previous LANs? I'm interested.
Bunch of fucking nerds. You take this way too seriously. Jesus. No, obviously I'm going to think like Witness are our best shot. Because this is not just the story of poLANd 2025. This is we're small stepping stone here for Witness's grand journey. They're in a hero's journey right now, Lucky. They have their eyes set on America, and I feel like this is a powerful step to that.
Yeah, and yeah, just as a note, me and Sneaky were talking before, I'll come back to this, but if you want to support events like this, you at home, we're talking to all you LAN dodgers out there, and even the people that come to LAN and things, you can donate to these LAN events so we can do more of them in the future. You should do it. It should be along the bottom somewhere at some point, we hope. So make sure you're donating to poLANd.
Oh, there it is, going really, really slow.
Yeah,
catch it, guys, catch it.
There you go, donate.poLANd.tf. There it is.
Yeah, quickly. No, it's going away. No,
Look, it's very important.
Okay,
There are people in the background. We've got JMax Chill, we've got Supro, we've got Dr. Happiness, we've got Turbo, we've got everyone that you can come and support, and it's very important. I just want to get that out there, first of all. But secondly, the grand adventure to the Americas. I mean, when we look at America in general, they're a very, very, very powerful force, and we'd be very naive if we didn't say so. But I'm excited to see how they do and how they prepare for it, more importantly, and going forwards, how they're going to conquer and try and do their best in Denver.
Ympo, as tempting it would be to get more beautiful words out of you, as tempting as it be to ask you more questions, Ympo, I'm getting awfully forgetful nowadays, and production have actually prepared me a highlight video. So I want you to sit back, Ympo, relax, and watch the highlights of poLANd 2025.
Advantage might be enough, but Juno is still walking forward. Can he find here? The power plant is in peril. Never mind, sorry, Mueller that is... However, KF serving away from Al-Qaeda in the lowest, so the soldier to come in the run can find a end very easy. Had to split open and...
Maybe you...
Buda's dropping down to the logo! No! He's missing the step! Can he do it? Cannot do it! The man is out, never mind though, only a soda flash and is a puck!
However, looking around the gap,
that was not what dmoule was aiming for. Truck is loaded, but now Blutschwin is bombing. He is only then elongating his own jump on the yes, very, very fast, but the force, the drone force of these Frenchies wants to send shock waves to the enemy team. Yak on a shot, Tibo, however, is dealt with beauty dying as well. No scouts, no scouts. And sort of a little bit.
And everything, putting the world on his shoulder. Going through that high. You know what it is though? Ground bombing in.
That might be K, and he's having the counter jump. Will Mula create a 9, 8. Top players spinning in from far, and see how slowly they want to take positions, but dmoule is bombing. We got this on the left, and that means dmoule is bombing.
We've seen it before. He's the Beyblade medic, but he's giving him the bump. What? Nothing ground. He gets the step somehow.
The pop-down drive, but it is a jump coming in. The drop, and
Blutschwin, and can he find the shot?
Wow, the damage annihilates their own efforts, but it's simply
destruction. Their way to the left hand. Spring has come up. It's on to Judy. Can he find the shot? So much of this is spicy. What Ireland is here, but this is
the free show what he wants to peek out. The semantic situation sets in as the double soldier leap in, but Mula is surfing it out. Côte d'Azur reloaded, and he is also snacking him forward. Safe pick. One was just walking in. Oh my god! Yak is falling through. Yak needs to hit the sword. The shot. No, yeah, they can't do it. And it is the swordsman sorting.
As one here, he's bombing in high does. Swat Eon here.
Oh, God. No, gets the ball. Ball back. Oh my god. Oh my god. dmoule! It's hard as well. dmoule is in behind. Is he going to get Oh my! Gets Mulder.
dmoule! Comes on to the middle point here, but it starts off with dmoule and Brugman early on combining there in onto Haunts means that is a very aggressive Sam who finds absolutely nothing. Scout of Inso is down on the low ground, just clean up lower. They are not fearing the same way they did versus Witness. French collapse is coming in. dmoule with the nuke from the enemy, and that means the full. Oh, Nemo! A shot! Very surprising. Pontus is in on the puppet this time, but he cannot just. Immediately turns it around. Disgusting! Ibok immediately onto Nelly. Lots of evidence of the US one. He gets the charge from
Look at the damage that Papi's doing! How is he doing so much? Very, very good seal on this ulti. They both hit straight over onto auto. Big damage coming in. One big rocket switch coming out. Auto down to the boot. Goes there. That's all the work from Lucas. Had a bit of a tear himself here. Walking forward alongside Weaver with pistol in hand. So far with the Witness. And it might be even more as well. The Sam looks like he's getting caught here on the game. Damage. They're taking over towards the fence. Actually, the right hand side. Drop down. Papi is in here. Looking like they're going to find June here. Can you find the shot? So close, June. Lucas! Older, how are you doing this? He's still full HP. He's sitting on grass there.
No way to get anything.
No. He's trying to get some count time, but unable to get anything. It's just Sam and Bronze alive. We have to think. Now here, it's coming out. What can it get?
Oh, all the way up there. On to China. And taking the nice win here. Unless he just wins his way out of this threat. It absolutely is. And this is a return as well.
Absolutely can move it out from Auto. It's on to Lucas and MANDEM, but they're just standing on cap. They have to contest here, and this is the playground for Lucas. Going to be a moving down to Witness game. They are
Lucas!
Stab onto the scout there. There's no time to go damage
Revolver!
onto Auto here. He's 1 HP. Someone follow this up. Please, Auto.
To MANDEM, this is mission success because now the critics can come back in this auto. He's going to look good. With the ball at this point now, 6 seconds on that Witness bomb. This is just a slow game we have to play, and it's Hugo. Yeah, Hugo is already good so far, and Hugo
at land. Oh, come on.
Oh, what is this? What? Someone check his PC. This is not normal. First possible time, I think this is looking odd.
Welcome everybody here. Do you hear me? Raz, dwa, trzy. Raz, dwa, trzy. Hello everybody. Do you hear? Okay. Nie zmienię. Okay, welcome everybody. I'm happy to see you all. Thank you. I'm happy to have all of you here, and I have a message from the host here from Baystag. So let me give him the mic.
Hello guys. My name is Błażej. I'm the manager of the place. And I will speak for my team, Baystag team. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting us, supporting place like this. I hope so. You had a great time during this free day. You are amazing community. Seriously, we love you guys because you are amazing. um, watch, watch. Yeah, and I hope so. We will back many, many times more here, of course. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much because it's meaning a lot for us. Thank you.
Before we start with a couple of announcements, so I think we are going to do it again next year. I'm not sure when yet. I guess it's going to be happening probably somewhere around the same time. So stay tuned. Maybe this time we'll have Americans. I hope so. Maybe they will not ghost me this time. We are going to make a different tournament this summer because we plan to make a Highlander tournament. Since a Highlander season is happening on TF2, so far we have 50 people interested in playing. So if you would be interested in participating, please respond to the poll. It's on TF2. I would love to play some Highlander. The last serious tournament for Highlander was in 2016, and it was Deutschland. I'm pretty sure some boomers still remember it, so I would be happy to see these boomers here. I would like I'm happy to say that this year we have managed to cover all of the costs thanks to all of your donations. And I would like to shout out to Dr. Happiness for covering most of our costs. Please give some great thanks for Dr. Happiness. Really, you're fucking awesome. Still, making this event, making this events costs a lot of money. So I would love to get your support so we can keep it rolling, because I'm pretty sure that everybody from us making this event was enjoying it regardless of the role, regardless if it was people casting, producing, us organizing stuff, so we can make it all smooth with servers, because I'm pretty sure you didn't notice much problems with servers. So even a small donation can help us, because even if everybody will donate like €5, it's gonna make a huge change, because overall together we can just make it. So if you'd be interested in donating, leave a couple of euros on donate.poLANd.tf, and I hope it's going to be happening each year somewhere in that time. At the end of this award show, we're going to make a photo shoot. We're going to some team photos, so please don't go away, because we can make as much photos as you really want. And afterwards, we are going to make some karaoke, as promised. Okay, so let's start with the awards show, and I would like to invite here the team 4 fans. So that's gonna be Kubi, Nevo, dmoule, Brujman, Deli69, and Mula. Congratulations. Once again, congratulations for fans. A second place is MANDEM with Inso, Balder, Hans, Rons, Zams, and June. Congratulations. Okay, and once again, I would like to invite here Witness Gaming, a second-time winner on poLANd.tf 2025. Thomas, Ixi, Papi, Hugo, Lucas, Tank, and Auto. Congratulations!
Yeah. Is it on? Can you hear? Oh, lag. Yeah, obviously we're playing a LAN in NA in 2 months. This is our team we built like, what, 5-6 months ago? I am, aren't I? Yeah, sure. It's the first time playing LAN with Lucas and winning, so I'm super happy. Me and Toe and Lucas played for a long time in like 2019, 2018 maybe. So I'm super happy. But yeah, if you want to see us play against Banny and G6 and other people, we have a fundraiser on TFTV. We're like halfway through, which is really good. We really appreciate the support. But if we get a little more, you know, you can see us play against the best teams in the world. And yeah, we'd really appreciate it.
Congratulations for Witness Gaming once more again. Now we are going to make a photo shoot, so please stay here. And for everyone on Twitch, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a great time like we did on site, and hopefully see you next year.